Well, welcome back. We're back from our summer vacation. Pritchard's missing, of course. I think we lost him.
He's
Uh,
playing hide and go. He's shorted up.
yeah, we're rested and renewed. Panda's in a new house now. Yay. Congratulations on that, my man. So we're back to
It came
go.
with trials and tribulations, but we're finally here.
Yeah.
I totally haven't gone grey in the process. It's fine. It just helps more fuel for Krizo to go insane.
So yeah, we're back
No,
now. At least until wintertime, guys. So we're gonna kick this off. Um, just a reminder of last session. You guys had finished clearing out the keep, um, with the ghouls tribe quickly coming to your aid and meeting with you during your rest and recoupment for that night after hard trials and battles. You had some visitors in the form of a large ancient dragon flying over the keep, landing on the tower and proclaiming to know want to know where his daughter was, followed by two figures, one ripping the gates from the keep, the other flying over and pummeling the shit out of Krizo. Come to find out, these were well known to Anelique, dragon being her father and her brother and captain of regard. Um,
pretty well known, but I don't know about that.
yeah, some introductions were made. Alistair decided to explore the portal just a little bit. Found himself at the wrong end of a large creature with many arms and ended up on a meat hook. Um, Giving chase, the rest of the party entered the portal, found him dangling there, and went to his rescue, along with Ceres, the Anelique's guard. Battle ensued. You guys, with some smart tactics, kept the creature locked in the door, surrounding it as best you could. Took it down, freeing Alistair from the hook, made your way back up. Chided by Anelique's father and brother, they kind of watched over him as you guys did gather some rest to lick your wounds and recoup once again. Through the night, they kind of stopped any incursions coming through. Next day, Dietrich, with a new toy, decided to try to start training with it, doing more damage to himself than actual learning. Well, I guess it's kind of learning in itself. Um, you guys had a talk with Ceres a little bit. She provided some insight, kind of encouraging Dietrich a little bit that not everything is as scary as it seems. Sometimes you got to take a chance. And then proceeded to kind of demonstrate the use of the chain, kind of encouraging him a little further. At which point, Anelique decided to test her wings a little bit. For the first time since growing them, actually took flight. Excited, her father cleared the pathway, retransformed in his natural form, and off they flew into the early morning sky. And that's where we're at right now. So, we're going to start with Anelique. Anelique, the wind is something that's almost freeing, but strange at the same time. Every once in a while, you kind of catch yourself, one wing beating faster than the other, and you have to, correct yourself a little bit. But you guys, you and your father fly with elation for a bit. Eventually, he does kind of pass over one of the swamplands and kind of barrel rolls down into towards the land, touching down for his size actually fairly gracefully. He kind of looks up and watches you descend as well.
should hesitate for a moment and then attempt to land.
Okay.
Because that's the big one, the attempt part.
Give me a dex check.
Sorry, I accidentally out of browser.
Natural one.
Bye-bye.
How
How bad do I eat it?
Trying to emulate his landing, you come in a little too hot. Overshoot the small embankment and land squarely in the water.
Trick, you don't.
Yeah.
But my takeoff was fine, so you do, I believe, Pritchard 20 gold.
You eventually.
I'm not gonna confirm nor deny that.
You eventually do pop to the surface there, and
Kind of pushes her hair out of her face, spits water.
where once was the dragon is he kind of looks, blinks. Well, I mean, did you see anything interesting down there? Never mind, I'll look myself. And he dunks his head into the water.
Yeah, she kind of just. At that, she's about to have a moment of making something random up, and then she starts to laugh.
And his kind of bubbles from the air of his lungs. And he's down there for a little bit. And he pops up and he's got like, you know what freshwater mussels look like, right?
Mm-hmm.
These are larger versions of it. These are almost oyster size. And he's got like a mouthful and he kind of spits them off to like the embankment and stuff like that. And he dunks his head again, comes up, goes, it didn't have breakfast yet, so. And knowing your father, this is one of his favorite foods is shellfish. And he eventually goes back into his more civilized form. Gathers up a handful of the swamp oysters and finds a log and starts cracking them open.
Go and sit with him and watch it. Kind of taking in, not remembering 100%, just kind of taking him in. This would have normally remembered. That would have just been everyday things, but now she's trying to memorize.
Okay. He cracks one open and he offers it to you.
And she'd accept.
And if you've ever ate a raw oyster, this is the kind of experience that you're going to get.
I have not.
It's
Nasty as fuck.
It's like swallowing snot, and that's the best way I can describe it.
Probably something, or had something similar before.
Mm-hmm. Probably prefer it a little more cooked than
Probably not as raw like her father likes
yeah,
them, but
not straight out the water.
she makes a face.
Yeah. You never have gotten used to that, have you?
She pauses for a moment and goes, guess not.
He eats a couple more and kind of cocks an eyebrow at you. Now, you would think that I wouldn't know you as well, but you are my daughter, so what's on your mind?
Kind of ducks her head for a second, thinking she was being so sly. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do at this point.
Well, your intent is to rule, of course. I mean, that's what you were born to do. But I
Well, I
mean,
know.
I think that can be placed on hold for just momentarily.
Am I gonna even be able to return?
Why wouldn't you?
She sighs for a second, stands up and paces around. If there was, from what I've remembered, this coup against me once when I was at a strong point, what about now?
Well,
I don't know friend from foe. And she kind of turns and looks at the direction of the camp. I didn't even know Saris and Kale's. Well, I knew the names, but I didn't know who was who.
it kind of looks at you almost.
And since I woke up, I've been being told over and over again that maybe they were just a dream, a figment of my imagination, and that my. And she pauses and she kind of looks back at him, that my people are evil.
Well, that's not wholly incorrect. Um, History has led that the Isto do can be cruel and unjust to most. Mm. Especially amongst the those of the fairy blood. Um, Not only the surface elves, and their when he kind of nods towards you. Dark skinned cousins don't see eye to eye.
Is that have to do with anything with? And she kind of cocks her head to the side like she's trying to remember. It it was a flash of a scene and a word, Valshasa. What is that?
You gotta think some more. Do you remember any of your history lessons from when you were young?
Hmm. Seems to think pretty hard on it, and there's one. You were teaching about the War of Dragons, I think.
Hmm.
Bordor was there, and so was Akabe. That's one of, and she kind of throws her hands up. I have a very small handful of memories that I actually have.
Well, that wreckage must have really done more damage than I initially thought. As far as Vexosa goes, you're aware of the beliefs of our or this sect your mother belonged to. Yes, the Arachne.
She looks at him for a second, and I know the name. They told me that when they saw And she puts a hand, it's still tucked away, but up to where her original pendant was when they saw the symbol, but other than a name, they couldn't tell me anything else.
Oh, okay.
I know she's been silent.
This will have to be considered a new lesson. Your mother's people believe that, well, some consider it an honor, some consider it a punishment. That males are suited to progress into more enhanced versions of themselves through the touch of Arachne. Essentially gaining the ability to spin webs. We call them driders. Rakshasa, further to north, do the same. They're a little more, I like better terms, cold-blooded about it. They use snakes instead. Here's where the history, some 150, 170 5 years ago, there was a great civil war. Some emboldened males decided that it was too much. The cruelty was too much. And sought a brighter light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak, and broke away. Thus, the Great Isto Civil War. Eventually, they succeeded through help of some expatriates and formed a section of their own, following what they refer to as the Morning Lord. Eventually, some of them actually broke into the surface, gaining allies within the Chronicles region. One even becoming an emissary and spy master. I believe his name was Varus. So, to answer your question, the Vexasa are still around, licking their wounds, probably plotting their revenge, which is what they do.
So not all of us
No.
are that way.
Anyone has potential for good or evil. Sometimes it just takes that one, and he looks very hard at you to make that right choice. To be that example.
From where she's taken the down in front of where she's been listening at, she looks down at her hands, probably still holding the shell of state. What was I like for this?
Well, not to gloat, but you held a lot of. He kind of puffs out his chest a little bit in pride. a lot of my attributes. But you also held some of your mother's as well. Something different about you, though. It's you grasped knowledge like it was a treasure beyond gold and gems. And this was your learning experience. So,
What kind of queen was I? And she still hasn't looked up from kind of inspecting that shell.
if you're asking if you were cruel, no.
Queen.
A cruel queen would not have. Would have not have been open to the prospects that we garnered in the Bear Sea region. Nor would a cruel queen be as open to this. And he kind of lifts your chin, and as he moves his hands, an almost recorded image of you sitting across like a sitting area. You can't make out the words, but you are. It seems like in conversation with an Isto woman who, like you, has skills. You can see that she's grown a little older, but it doesn't seem like an intense conversation. It just seems like you're learning something from her.
She looks at the engine. I don't know who that is.
Remember, I mentioned expatriates? This was one of them.
She sits there and tries to think to see if she can figure out who that is. I think I know who that is.
He kind of smirks a little bit. I believe you borrowed her name a little bit too.
Her head comes up as her head comes up at that, and she goes, "That's Ninja."
Very one. And to illustrate my point of how simple one spark can change a destiny, her son became one of the heroes that actually eliminated a very bad. And he almost looks angry. Foe. Something that could have devastated the world. Had it not been one the courage of a woman and her companions, that may have never happened.
She kind of studies the image as long as it's up to kind of memorize the face and whatnot. Woman whose name is kind of borrowed.
So to answer your question, my daughter, it's not who were you or what kind of queen were you, but what kind of queen will you be? Because remember this, greatness and madness can wear the same face. Which side do you choose? You can be the salvation of your people, or lead them down the same dark road they have always been.
He looks thoughtful for a second and then looks up at him. What happened to
Sorry, Tori, you're quite.
I think that cut out.
Yeah, it cut out just a little bit.
She looks up at him. What happened? What happened to mother? Mother. I think it cut out the same spot.
Well, some say that it was just she just passed, but I have other suspicions.
She cocks her head to the side.
The coup that tried to take the throne, I believe, had a hand in it. Because well, I've never seen somebody hard or healthy and hearty as your mother was suddenly waste away that quickly without some intervention. Be it poison or magic, we're not sure.
She's kind of grinding her teeth right now as she hears that, knowing that it wasn't natural causes that took her mother.
Yeah, and you get just a quick, like almost a memory flash coming back of you remember how your mother once looked, and then towards her final days that she was very sick. Like, that shouldn't have happened that way. Very sick, very weak.
She gets up and paces around, kind of trying to work off some of the sudden anger. What the memory brought and the inflammation might not have been. She turns and looks at her father. Does she have any inkling on where her father sits when it comes to their belief?
You can insight him.
I'll attempt it.
You can certainly try.
I'm going to attempt it.
Insight a fucking your dad, a colossal fucking dragon.
18.
Okay, with that's actually fairly good. Yeah, and Jeremy's got a very good point. He doesn't have a very good when it comes to you. He doesn't have a very good poker face. You get an indication that there's something he's not based on the conversation and how he reacted when he was mentioning the Vexosa and the Arachne, that there was certain distaste for them. And almost when he talked about the morning lord and stuff like that, there was a sense of pride. Not sure exactly where he sits as far as his beliefs. There are draconic gods out there, so you're not sure if he actually follows one of them or if he's following one of the Isto gods. And that's something you've never really known.
He takes a minute and studies it, probably in a probably in a way that he's seen before. Is she trying to work something out? I might. And she pauses for a second, and I might need your help. As you know, amongst our people, who we can trust and who we. I didn't get myself out of the water. And I've
Okay.
had some
Yeah, he kind of
help.
raises eyebrows at that.
I've had some help from a friend. Apparently, this person knew Akabe fairly well. She'll reach in and she'll pull out a pendant that she kept tucked away for the dancer. And she'll fully pull it off and show it to him. He's been helping. And I think he can help us. Arachne's been silent too long. She looks down at the pendant. Before you told me that, the only memory I had of Mother was the only time she'd ever struck. And that's when I brought up finding another god. Because
He looks at the pendant and you can tell that he's just kind of listening and gauging.
kind of gives it a little bit of a smile looking at the pendant. He has Akabe with him. And we've lost too many over the years whose souls are probably lost at this point. Mother. Because we've been being. And she's something that he would probably pick up. She does seem a little nervous about this. I lack the memories to be able to gauge others' reaction on how this is going to go. There's a lot that needs to be done, but I don't know who to trust to get them done.
No. That's a bridge we'll cross when we get there. Right now, we need to take care of this small problem that we have here. But we'll eventually get there. And he kind of looks at the sky. Finishes off the last couple of oysters. It's much to think about, but let's return while we can, and or your friends begin to wonder what happened to you. And
she sighs, and I'm more worried about them annoying someone and getting killed or wandering off. And
well, I mean, we did leave Saris with him, so that's enough to worry about.
She cocks her head to the side. Is that not a good thing?
Not if you annoyed her. she's liable to. How did she put it one time? Give them an involuntary prolapse.
She cocks her head to the side like curious puppy. What does that even mean?
Scientifically, I don't know if it's even possible, but it's hit them so hard that their butthole pops out.
She makes a face. Just kind of a grin. Maybe. And she pauses as she gets ready to pick up it, actually trying to take off again. And looks back at her father. How well can I trust them?
Your friends?
She shakes her head. Her head, no.
He kind of looks at you kind of quizzically.
Sarah's tail.
He kind of cocks a grin as he starts to kind of walk towards a clearing explicitly. And he changes form, it rises in the sky and hovers, turning and watching you.
She will attempt to get back into the air after using prestidigitation to dry herself so she doesn't get sick. Let's 15.
Good enough. It's not as graceful as the when you took off initially, but you're getting the hang of it.
Making progress.
All right.
So I don't land on my ass in front of everybody.
As you guys break the tree line, you can kind of see the winding road. Where you can see where you guys had come from, the winding road, but from another area you see a trail coming, and there is several wagons heading towards the keep.
Am I able to get my father's attention?
Yeah, it's easy enough. He kind of turns his head. That's
She
Terry then.
would sign to him in the ish sign language what to look for and in that direction.
Yeah. He turns his head, nods, and then wheels towards the keep.
She will do the same. Gonna beeline.
All right. Meanwhile, back at the keep. All
Yes, there's money
right.
everywhere. Everywhere.
Alistair Moot.
Yes, actually, it's Alistair Einfeld Moot.
Yes.
Alistair Alexander Einfeld Moot.
You've spent the day with Kel and kind of discussed whatever you've discussed. It dawns on you
She
though.
spent the day with me.
Well, Kel being her brother, and a wizard as well. It dawns on you that there's a certain charge that you still have to deal with.
Yes, I'm aware of the charge that I have to deal with. Man tries to have a picnic and he winds up having to save a few knocked out, unconscious wizards, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter. They're not as good as I am. So, how many did we say? One? One, yes. One is better than none.
Or wizards.
They never stood a chance.
They'll be fine. They'll be
Yeah.
fine. They'll be fine.
What was it?
Sorry,
Death
he'll
by
be fine.
Watering
He'll be fine.
and Pritchard?
No,
Me?
it was death by someone threw a bunch of 10 pounds of water at this one.
Yeah, I think you guys set one on fire.
I know me and Pritchard killed one.
Moot,
Like,
stop eating the dead ones. Moo, stop eating the dead ones.
There
Come here,
were
Moo.
2 dressed in armor and 3 dressed in robe, and only 1 dressed in robe survived.
yeah, I shot her non-lethally, and I just
True.
could not hit her.
Armor means nothing.
Remember, violence is always the best option.
God.
That's what I found. So, how am I going to get this person back there? Better question, how am I going to explain her dead friends? I won't, I'll ignore it.
And Alistair, being who he is, I'm sure is probably thinking aloud.
Yes.
Kale kind of looks up from a old book that he's been thumbing through. Is that a rhetorical question, or I mean, you are a wizard, right?
By the gods that don't exist! Oh, I forgot you were still here. It may be a rhetorical question, unless you have an answer.
Transportation can be provided. Where exactly are you going?
I mean, to be fair, I'm a conjuration wizard, so transportation isn't really my specialty. I mean, I've got to get back to Tunister. Back in,
What exactly is a Tunister?
You know, he's a cleric of some fake god because the gods don't exist. You know, he's in a town. Must not be that important.
You don't remember the name of the town?
No. I have his name at least, but I don't. Ah, God. That's
Give
gonna
me a
kill me this whole
general
time.
intelligence roll.
Sure.
Oh,
You know, it's not me, so
This is how you get like teleported
He's
to the other
somewhere in
side
the
of the
world.
continent.
He's somewhere.
Seem to have found myself with a bunch of yetis.
Did I have a peppermint patty? This is crazy.
Do you have any means of communicating with this Tuna Star?
You know, every time anyone's ever asked me that question, they're always baffled by the question. Is a no. It's a no.
Do you have a map?
If I saw them, I can make it. I can conjure a map. I conjure a map. I smile really, really smug about it too. Like this is probably the most impressive thing he's ever seen, honestly. Obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Give me another intelligence check.
Sure. It's gonna be a 7. It's a 10.
They made that right at Albuquerque, you know.
It's an old map. Also, it's upside down. Hold on.
I mean, technically, you said it's going to be a 7, and you got a 10, and your intelligence mod. I'd like to point that out.
Okay.
Yeah, see?
As you hold the map out to him and then look down at it, you realize it's labeled way more.
Ah, it's way more. It's a little bit ironic, by the way, gun, because of my first character. Yes, way more. I knew it the whole time.
And he kind of looks at you. So, Tonister is in Barassi, the capital of Barassi.
Sure. Uh-huh. Yep, that place. Right. You got it. I slowly pull out a mirror with my other hand. Uh-huh, yep. That's it.
God.
Uh-huh, that's it. I put it away. Yep, it's in Waymore. And I have to get there. That'll be a long travel. And if this travel has anything to prove it, I don't have enough silk clothes to make that travel. I'll have to find some rich, well-off merchant.
You kind of feel something hitting your leg. Look
Not
down,
now.
and it's Moo. Yeah, it is Moo. And he's kind of looking at you in your pack.
Mm-hmm. No treats. I'm gonna go on my pack. I'm not gonna get him a treat, by the way. All right, I'll get him a treat.
As you're digging for his treats, there's a piece of parchment that's closed and sealed with a personal seal that you recognize from the Abbey of
That I never
the
opened.
Starry Night that you never opened.
Ah, yeah, this place. Yeah, why would I? It was for emergencies. Do I open it now? I should. Wait, what am I saying? Of course I should. It's probably a love letter to me. I'm gonna open it and be shocked it's not a love letter.
It is not a love letter.
Absolutely shocked.
It is addressed to you from Tunister with a reminder that once you succeed with your mission, please return as quickly as possible with your quarry to the Abbey.
When I succeed, yada yada.
In the Dell Lands.
Return, yada yada. Yada yada. Dell Lands, yada yada. He left out a period.
So, right. In Kel's City there. Wait, is it Waymore or the Dell Lands?
You know what? He tells me to go to the Dell Lands. But so help me, if I get there and he's in Waymore, ooh, he is not gonna like what I have for him. Hit him with the sock. Conjured ass sock. Looks like it's in the Dell Lands.
And he kind of looks towards Moo. He goes, like an Alistair probably wouldn't really notice this, but anybody
No.
that breaking fourth wall here, the camera kind of points at him. He's looking at Moo like, you're the smart one.
Thank
That
you. Thank you.
nods.
I am the smart one. I brush my hair out of my face. I am the smart one.
Well, it's not far from this business I get down here. So. Well, how quickly can you have your charge ready to go?
Yeah. Hold on. All my unseen servants are currently doing stuff around here, because Alistair still thinks that once he summons one, they're permanently there, and they're just not listening to him. Can they lift that much? How much do you think a female, right? With no armor weighs? She's getting pretty chubby.
That's variable, actually. What does that have anything to?
I mean, I don't want to carry her.
I'm sure she can travel of her own mobility.
You say that, but I mean, she's unconscious now. And her friends mysteriously died after being exposed to a lot of water.
And he kind of leans out the door. We're talking about that mage right there that is eating with the lizard folk.
Yep. She probably, you're right. I yell out the door. You probably shouldn't be eating. You need to watch your diet. If I'm going to carry you, I'm not going to break a back. Yep, that one right there.
Once Akazar gets, I will get you to this abbey. That's no problem. Just be ready to go. And he kind of.
So you're going to carry me while I'm carrying her.
What language does this fucking Alistair speak?
Hold on, guys. One common, draconic, elvish, and halfling.
Okay, no, it's a language you understand, but it's very heated what he's saying as he's storming away.
Yes, I understand. I summon an autograph for him. I know that language.
all of those
I know
words
that
are
phrase in
positive,
any
right?
language.
Fuck's sake. Dietrich.
It also
My
shines
poor brother.
brightly.
I know. Dietrich, you've been practicing with your chain.
Of course.
Excellent. Probably cut your and bruised yourself pretty good by now.
Yep.
As the kind of the humidity of the day, you do kind of from the exertion, physical exertion, and you didn't really sleep that well that night. It's nap time.
We can't go to sleep. We have a king in our presence, and kings cannot be trusted.
It's like a great plan. One thing though before we go to bed. It's
Who
my
said
20 gold.
Who said we're going to bed?
Oh, I just wanted to make it known before we go to bed. I will get my.
I don't remember promising you 20 gold.
Pretty sure we made a bet on.
I'm pretty sure I said that out loud, but nobody responded.
Sure, I responded.
Are you sure? You're getting quite old. You might have dementia.
Oh, you said 20 gold. She falls on the butt again, and I said deal. I bet you gold she does.
I may remember that, but I remember the wager being 10 gold, not 20.
Yeah. Pritchard, do you think you may have just maybe I misspoke.
As I drop 10 gold into his hand, it'd be like, a deal well won.
Oh God, I've missed you guys.
For context for those watching, I rolled a 7, and he rolled a 16 on his deception. And I just shits and giggles when I'd roll on the next 2, and I got another 7 and a 12. It's okay.
Too bad I'm not there. I could have gotten it for you.
Oh Jesus.
Did he want jackpot with those?
Right? I mean, at least Pritchard's experience, his race is not indicative of his combat style.
Now, what is next?
I'm pretty sure we'll just get on the road again.
Probably head back to the circle. Probably get through a port. Ugh. Well, you guys will have to report. I won't. Thank God for that.
Report shit.
Sorry.
I'll have to report shit.
Well, Ninja will.
Can if she wants to.
That is true. Though she thinks we should cultivate them as allies. I don't really think so. They are slave traders after all.
You know, I've met people of all types of races that have a scrupulous background. I've met trustworthy dwarves, trustworthy elves, trustworthy orcs. And I've also met despicable orcs. Terrible, 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 terrible orcs. So what's the other one I meant?
You said elf, and orc, and dwarf.
Oh yeah, I think I got the elf one backwards. I don't think I've met good. Point being, no matter what the race, I think there's always two sides to the story.
Two sides of the story. I don't follow what you mean.
Pull out your sword.
No.
Pull out your sword.
Why do you want me to pull out my sword?
You fucking idiot, I'm trying to teach you a lesson. Pull out your sword.
Kind of rolls his eyes and unsheaths the sword.
Hold it out flat.
All right.
What do you see on that side of the blade?
Reflection from the sky.
Flip it over.
He flips it
What
over.
do you see on that side of the?
Reflections from the sky.
Now, if I ask that sword, which side of it actually, all the side of it is actually seeing the sky, what do you think the sword would tell me?
The side that's pointed towards the sky.
Now, what if we flipped it the other way? What would that side tell me? It would say the same thing, that it was seeing the sky and not the other side, right?
I mean, yeah.
Point being, there's always more than one person side of a story. Because if you look, depends on the way you look at it. If you hold that sword out flat, one side's going to be seeing the ground, one side's going to be seeing the sky. You flip it around, then it's, no, I'm seeing the sky, you're seeing the ground. Same thing with stuff. Any combat situation, any friendly situation, no matter what it is. Me growing up as a little kid going to school, got in trouble. I tried to lie a lot, say I didn't do this. This is the truth. Well, parents knew that there was fucked up, not truthful story I was making up. There was what teacher learned stuff, and there was what actually happened. Versus just like my example, trying to get with the issue. For all we know, they could be as terrible as you say they are. Some of the stuff I've heard of, or it could be completely different. They could have been a very peaceful, quiet to themselves people that got fed up with stuff and got a larger sect of their people who did stuff, or maybe they pissed somebody off, some bad trade deal, and framed them for something, and then got enough power behind them to make them look terrible until they finally just believed it, because the people that were alive originally know the truth, didn't know it. You're so quick to judge a book by its cover. You're like a kid that doesn't want to eat broccoli because of a dream. You don't know once you put that shit in a basket and it's fucking delicious.
All right, I think I know where you're going.
Don't laugh
with
at my
this.
broccoli analogy, okay?
I think I know where you're going with this, but I have proof that they literally trade in slaves. Look what they did to us. Look what they've done to countless others.
I'll go back to the source. Clearly not following.
No,
Obviously getting stressed at this point.
I
Hey,
understand.
Just listen to me.
There's two sides to the story.
No. I'm getting into this. Your sword, right?
Uh-huh.
Let's just say you're traveling down a road, right? You come across a group of other people with swords.
Yes.
And one of them goes over and runs a person through. The king of the land finds out about, and he said, "What happened?" Exactly. Somebody says, "This guy killed somebody with a sword." King says, "All right, all swords are bad. Take them all away, regardless of what everybody else does with their swords." Is that right? To judge everybody else based on one person's action?
No.
Then why are you judging one issue you've known for not even more than a few months, half a year, whatever, for all these other people you never met either?
Wait, are we still talking about the circle?
This was never about that. It's not supposed.
You see, kind of looks up in the sky. Looks.
No, I'm in agreement. The circle can go fucking kick rocks.
That's what I meant. That's all I was. I'm judging an Isto. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It gets up and like huffily walks away. It's reading the fucking beginning of his little lecture, but still getting a needed point across, hopefully.
You know, just with my passive, I just like to think that all Krizo heard was for some reason Pritchard's really pissed off with broccoli.
Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it, Michael. Loved it.
She's like, okay, I'm not putting that in your fucking pants either.
There's a pause, DM, as I look at my sword and go, did you understand that? Because I didn't.
Internet, I am so confused.
So I'm not just okay. I kind of sheath the blade, sit down, go. I'm just gonna ignore that ever happened. Anyways, apparently I was just joking. He had dementia. Apparently he actually has dementia. This is gonna be odd in the next few months.
I mean, to be fair, he does take several blows to the head, at least daily.
That's true. Yeah, gotta give him a little bit of leeway that way.
Ow! Put that branch there! God damn!
It's like fucking hitting them like rakes, like a Tom and Jerry fucking.
Maybe.
Watch out for that branch.
Maybe the next time
What?
you find a shop, maybe invest in a helmet for him.
Maybe we can. Anyways,
Little hair poofing out of the fucking sparring rubber helmet.
I have no idea where we're going next. I might have to communicate. Well, whenever she is back.
Yeah. It's this, Krizo, you've been spending time with your family, reunited family, so, you know.
I've been getting myself sharing stories and all that.
Yeah.
I'm sitting by the campfire. I'm telling them of the great evil that is the ape.
Yeah, that's. I figured that you were going to go there with that one, and yeah. They seem horrified by the
energy to like change the color and everything and make it more dramatic and like do the sounds. I'm giving them a whole play.
Tell me
right
this
now.
like C-3PO telling the Ewoks about the entire trilogy. Death Star, go to bed.
Yes, exactly. And they're like completely horrified by by the end of your story. This thing has turned into like a giant ape that's got like 8 heads, and it's like
8 heads.
It bred with a hydra.
Demonic.
Dinosaurs that follow it throughout the jungle, menacing everybody that comes in its path.
Mm-hmm. Has evil statues worshipping it.
I love 5 minutes into our first session, antics have become a legend, an urban legend.
Yeah. But it's during this, shortly after your story, and you do hear the beat of wings. And it's about this time you hear a horn call from outside of the keep.
Does it sound familiar to me? Do I know?
It does. Go ahead and just give me a general wisdom check.
Sure.
To see if you kind of misrated it or not.
Wisdom. 8. Under attack! Everyone, grab your weapons! We're going for a crusade!
What?
It might be a war horn. Assault.
Grab White Raven, getting maybe the half drunken lizard folks beside me, just shaking them. Quick, war horn is going off. We must go. I'm already like half ready to go into battle.
Your father jumps up just as excited as you because he rolled shit too. However, what little clothing both of you wear are tugged back down. It's a welcome horn. You two dum-dums.
You're welcome to war.
Let's go see what it is.
I look towards my
that was
father.
long.
Is this what Pritchard has been talking with Dietrich about dementia? I think I'm understanding it.
All right.
bled over.
Where, fortunately, you have a gravitar just nearby that actually repaired the gates. Thank God. From the guardhouse where you guys enjoyed your entry, on top there is one of the lizard folk that's kind of keeping an eye out. There's a caravan coming.
How many people? You tell.
He kind of raises his hand over his brow. You see him start counting on fingers. Runs out of fingers and starts counting on his toes.
Oh, for fuck's sake. The greatest curse against Elisa fuck.
500!
No.
Fucking 500!
Let me. I'm gonna climb up there and have a look at my fucking self.
You know, for a secret location, this is rather unsecretive.
Can I see it all? If I try and climb up, just have a look.
Sure. You take a peek. Go ahead and make your perception. Please don't fuck it up with you looking the other way.
10.
Okay, it's not hard to fucking make out. You do see several wagons. 3 to be precise. And maybe not, I mean, some of the wagons are enclosed, so you don't know if there's somebody in them. Walking and between the walking and driving, you maybe count 20 people.
Any symbols on the wagons at all that I can tell?
They're still a little too far away to be able to tell. You can make out like shapes of figures, but not details of what kind of creature this is. But whatever it is, they're fucking big.
Oh, those are big.
I like jump down.
There seems to be a couple of wagons with people. They look pretty big. I do not think we are expecting company though.
And about this time, you hear the wings and the landing. And Indra, go ahead and give me your dex.
I was gonna say, with the wagons coming close, she's probably gonna stay in the air for
Okay.
the moment.
You're gonna stay in here? That's fine.
I thought I was going to be crashing. because
Just
of
in
me
case
then.
there's danger, she doesn't want to be on her ass.
Sure. Once again, the horn is blown. Seems to be coming from the lead wagon.
I get up and ready for either a fight or somebody that's going to wish they wanted to fight.
Or
Or maybe a message.
Father, should we send like a little scouting party to go investigate this?
Let's see if he actually climbs up her. This is gonna be.
I help my dad up. You know?
Yeah, with your help, yeah, I was able to get up.
Right, there we go. Bend your knees. Oh, there we go.
He kind of looks. As it gets closer, he kind of cocks his head. And he's not standing at he was kind of in a defensive posture, but it seems to be a little more relaxed now. That's nuts what I fucking, oh no.
Father, how bad is it?
How do you feel about weapon cozies?
Weapon. Wait, what are we dealing with here?
It's like come back up to have a look.
He kind of takes you by the jaw and points it a little closer as the wagons are closer. That's Grima Kima.
There's like a loud, audible gulp.
What is she do? Oh no, that's not a good sign.
Wait, what the fuck is going? How? You've heard the rumors about her, though, Father. She's older than the fucking jungle. She knows everything. Oh, she's already heard about this. Oh, no.
Why did she leave the glitz grounds?
Okay,
Open the gates! Open the gates! No, you bet. I'm not dealing with again.
No, you deal with this. I am not dealing with this. I am not. You know, Father, you are still head of tribe. This is your responsibility. I am not dealing with that old fucking crown.
And as the wagons get closer, you realize large figures are black scale fucking lizard folk. These are the big, smaller, this little bit smaller than ogre ones that you guys met earlier. You do have some amongst you. And it looks like there is an honor guard.
Oh, no. I'm gonna do like what any person does when they go and meet grandma: hide.
So, is it obvious that these two are starting to panic?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look down at my father. Has he changed back into his
Yep.
humanoid form?
Yeah, he's talking to Kel about something.
Since I'm still there, I'm gonna make my way kind of over to where they are at the wall, and I'm gonna ask, so, danger or not? I'm right
Fear.
behind them.
Fear itself is coming.
Hide your weapons! Hide them!
I'm just hiding myself at this point. And White Raven, it's like, okay, never gonna notice this. It's gonna be fine.
What is going on? Is she trying to get info out of the two of them before this caravan arrives?
Okay, listen here. I'm going to tell you a very big dick story. And Crusoe accidentally casts silence on himself as he's So you're just getting a pantomime like action of like all of this, like strangling, punching involved, tears.
So, as he's going through this mime mimicry here, do any of the other
And Kess
lizard
is
folk
sick.
seem to be panicking?
Well, Keswick is panicking too, and he's like going with the story, but Kriesel accidentally cast the silent spell where his father was
his
caught in
ring?
it too. So nothing is coming out from...
Are any of the other lizard folk panicking in a negative way instead of just trying to hide their weapons?
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
And then give me an insight check behind that.
Insight.
Good enough.
18 for perception, 13 for insight.
Some are kind of that mosey scurry away, like trying to look like they're not there. But yeah, they're like trying to hide. And it seems like some of the younger ones, like the black scales, the big ones. Yeah, they're not fussed by it.
Okay, so there doesn't seem to be anything negative going on with this caravan.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what the horns sound like for the lizard folk,
No.
so I don't know if it's a welcome call or not.
The poison dusks have completely disappeared.
Okay, I'm gonna go attempt to land near my father to see what's going on. So let me get you
myself
that
a
dex
hole.
check.
Mhm.
6.
You
I'm tired.
Yeah, oh no.
Yeah, she would fly over to where they are and attempt to land, so who do I take out?
Oh,
You-
great.
You remember that tower that's there?
Mm-hmm.
You totally fucking Wile E. Coyote into that shit.
Deidre just thinks to himself, like, I should have said she hit the tower instead of fell on her butt. That's my bad.
She gets up and pretends like nothing happened.
But they do. The couple of the guards that are in the guard, the portcullises come up, and the wagon stop, and two of the large black scales walk to the back of the second wagon and open the back. And for Krizo, who's still on top, you hear the rasp of wood on wood as you see the aged, bent figure of Grandmother Kima stepping down from the wagon with help from a large lizard folk with an axe on his back.
If it could be heard from the silence, there's little squeaks coming from Creaser right now.
Now, from what you remember as a young lizard folk, Grandmother Kima was old then. Yeah, she's still fucking old.
Like, prune now. She was a raisin, now she's a prune.
Yeah, she's still old. And you recall that she's blind as a fucking bat. But she gets to the front of the first portcullis, stops, kind of turns her head a little bit. You can come down now.
Oh shit!
Just looks. He smells himself.
This is why we take baths every once a fucking month.
It's just jumps down.
And as you kind of pick yourself up, your father kind of turns toward the gate, shakes his head, and looks like we have an honored guest.
And I see my father all it's like hiding.
Yeah, he's kind of belly down on top of the roof, and he's in the dirt now.
I'll go and slowly approach her, gingerly.
It is an honor to see you again. For too long have you been to come visit our tribe?
And she takes one of her kind of gnarled, clawed hands and touches your snout. Is it Grizo?
It's the one and only. Can you not notice my big handsome face?
One
there?
of her fingers goes up your nostril.
No, you only go up there for treats and snacks.
You've got him big.
Quite big. You've still, you know, you.
Jeremy, would you like to describe
Yes.
the lizard folk that is with her?
Yes, I would. He stands at about 7'8", with dark green scales, with lightish pink skin underneath his skin in certain small areas. He brims with muscle, with a rounded head that has no frills on his head that run back. His eyes are a catching baby blue, and his snout ends in a black color. He wears a big round belt that holds up his baggy pants underneath a torn and worn out shirt, acting as a satchel. Almost. He wears a name tag that seems pinned into his right chest that says, "Hi, my name is Bob." He wears black boots with the sharp clawed toes that poke out of the front of the boots, but seem comfy enough. And he has a serious look on his face and a large battle axe equipped on his back.
The fuck do you allow him to do this shit to us, Gun?
Slowly tilt my head up at like how much bigger he is than me.
I said love, I'm not mad.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. How is it up there next to the trees? You know, it's probably
I don't know,
much
how's it
colder
down
up
there
there.
near the water?
It's pretty good. You can hide a lot easier.
That's funny.
As they say in Chris O'Swan, Chris a very funny guy.
I pat him slower into the fucking mud.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta
and
really
inch
chill.
into it properly.
Nana, you got some booger on your finger.
She kind of looks at, kind of blindly, in the air until she gets on your shirt. There it goes. We'll save that for later.
Alright.
Oh. Grandmother, what brings you here into our wonderful neck of the jungle? You've awfully been busy here of late, so we haven't been able to receive guests.
Nana, did you bring him that gift you wanted? I mean, I got mine. By the way, you now see, being closer to him, his battle axe has a cozy on it. Nice knitted cozy.
She kind of reaches out towards you, Krizo, again, and feels White Raven. Yeah, I will have to make it. What is this?
No, you don't want to cut yourself on that. This is very special. Something that Krizo and only Krizo has gotten a gift from someone very high up, very special. Yes. She likes Krizo very much. What they call it?
I will have to make an adjustment in.
No adjustments.
She kind of digs around in like this
Oh, she's got
this fucking little pouch she's got on her robe
She came
belt,
prepared.
and pulls out some knitting needles and starts fucking his.
No, please don't scratch my Raven. No,
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine. No, it's fine. Trust me, you'll love it. You'll love it. And like
No,
as he
no.
says that, you can see the hell in this lizard folk's eyes as he says, "No, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it." You can see the words "run" in his eyes.
and you've heard of Grandma Kima's infamous weapon cozies, and it splits what seems like. For those onlookers other than Krizo, this seems like it's taken centuries. It's a split.
It's like I'm getting old.
For her hands being as normal as they are, they're very deft, and she does it very quickly. She makes a cozy that is the length of White Raven's blade.
Holy shit, that's big.
I mean,
That was
it's kind of
fast.
creepy, to be fair. I mean, she's blind.
Oh no, thank
I love you,
thank
Nana.
Thank you. I'm sure.
That's my boy.
Let's greatly appreciate this.
Oh,
So,
we have other ones.
Try it on.
Wait, hold on. Bring the eggs.
Eggs.
Ah, shit. Ah, shit.
And several of the black skills start unpacking the other two wagons, and they're bringing lizard folk eggs into the keep.
Ah, shit.
How many do I
Be
see?
careful with them.
eggs?
They're from when you became an adult. The clutch grounds probably held hundreds of eggs. You count maybe a dozen.
Do I know if it's natural for them to come here whenever our
No,
but
no, the clutch grounds are sacred.
Might I inquire why you being young here and not the clutch grounds? I mean,
Oh.
much more suitable for them.
She reaches up, and for a blind woman, this is quick and unexpected. She just slaps the shit out of you. I'll explain in a minute.
Ah, shit.
Yes, okay. Okay, so just stop talking now.
Yeah, don't touch her, man.
But they kind of take them and or carefully place them in a safe area, and then proceed to guard them. In Kesselsing, we need a council. Is gather the remainder of the black skill, and where are all the poison dust?
do I know where
Now,
my
where are
father
they?
hides?
Little cowards!
Those that have
Where are the cowards?
those that have a passive perception of 15 or more see one poison dust poke his head up out of a bush, kind of, and then duck back down.
I see that. I'm like,
Where are those cowards?
You motherfucker, get out here right now. You feel Nana's wrath as well.
And then she takes her staff, which is festooned in like feathers, bone. I mean, it's very shamanistic. And she kind of walks and kind of pats your father. Yes, it's. And get the fire going. It's cold. Remember, this is toward the end of summer, guys, so it's fucking hot and humid as fuck.
It's pretty cold out here. He shakes his head no.
It's so cold out there and sweating so badly.
And as she kind of walks towards where Anilique and Exar are, just meandering, Pritchard, she passes by you backs up, reaches out a hand. What the fuck is this?
Ah, shit.
Teresa mouths the words "run." Just, that's all you see.
I also.
You slowly
My eyes also widen.
Whose pet cat is
holding
this?
onto his hammer. You slowly see the hammer start to light up,
Oh,
and
don't
he's
do that.
looking up.
I slowly pull out my axe as he does this. Careful.
And then she's gonna
Oh
lean
my
over.
god, is that butterscotch over there? I'll let go of the fire, like not like make it dissipate. 21 for deception. Dan.
Oh god.
I don't care if there is butterscotch over there. That's my character.
No. I'm trying to get the person, the old lady's touching, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
gotcha.
I'm trying to lie to get her to the fuck away from me.
Oh, god.
I'm still keeping my
She
eye
goes,
on you the
"Where?"
whole time.
That way, and I'll just point in a direction. I don't know she's blind.
Oh, god damn it, Nana.
And she starts walking towards ironically, the bush where the fucking poison
No.
Where is it?
Oh, god. Oh, god, Nana. I'm gonna try to
The
stop her.
sacrifice has been made. Everyone run!
Wait, what is this?
I'm gonna try to stop her.
Pritchard's gonna go like 10 feet one way and then 20 feet the other, and just like,
Oh, I don't need to DM anymore.
She sticks her snout in the fucking bush where the poison does it. Diesel, what are you doing in there?
Damn it.
I have never seen lizard folk so afraid in my life.
Anil Crate leans over to her father and goes, "What do you mean, honored guest?" And she's watching all this happen.
Well, you're witnessing the what's known as a clutch keeper. Think of it as a high priestess, kind of in our world. They're meant to nurture and care for the eggs, and as they hatch, they teach them their ways. I have not seen this one, and he kind of smiles and walks towards Nana.
Anil Crate will follow her father's lead on that, nodding like she knows exactly what he's talking about when she doesn't.
And you hear him switch from the kind of broken common that he uses to Draconic, which is completely fluid, and he directs it towards her. It's been a while, old friend. She stops, raises her snout. Yakizai? Well, I see that you've been taking the potions that were taught. Yeah. Seems to be doing its job. It's the secret has been kept very quiet. But soon my twilight years are coming in. A new one shall be. We can't all live forever. What brings you here?
By yourself.
Curious. Yeah. He kind of looks at you, Bob.
Yeah. Uh-huh. It's hello, my name is Bob.
Kind of gives you a nod of interest, or what a huge specimen you got there. Yeah, what is this about?
Thanks.
Grandmother's wheel, we got roast pig.
I look around for Moo.
Ah, shit.
Your path.
Ah, pig? Ah, hell yeah.
Where the little connor pond is, Moo pops his head up at the word pig. He is covered in fucking mud.
I don't know if that'll save him, considering we're dealing with lizard folk. That's just bad flavor.
I narrow my eyes.
That sounds like marinade to me.
Mm,
For
Well,
fucking lizard folk? Probably.
Moo just looks at the large.
Ninja mouths hide.
Call me Bob.
Like almost, yeah, like, looks at Bob like, go ahead and try it, motherfucker.
I ready my axe. And I think about it.
This pig.
It's fun for big.
Thinks about it.
But everything kind of rolls down. Eventually, Kessel's boldens up and takes Kima by the arm and kind of leads her to where the small council is. And, offers her food and stuff. So. It's at this time that Akazar kind of guides you away from everybody. Your brother will be leaving soon. He's going to be taking Mr. Moot to some abbey.
Yes.
He will have some business down to take care of, and will report him. So say your goodbyes when you can.
She kind of hesitates and kind of looks at her father like a little lost, and she goes, I normally do that.
Just be cordial.
She rolls her eyes where only he can see. And will attempt to go find her brother. And interact with him for the first time.
Yeah.
In her memory.
As you get close, he's kind of in where the portal room is, but he's got chalk and looks like he's drawing a diagram on the ground.
She'll kind of hang back as she tries to figure out how she's going to interact with him. Kind of watches what he does.
How you're
See
going
if
to use chalk to do anything?
And
anything pops up memory-wise.
He's got his back towards you, but he continues his work. Shall I refer to you as Your Majesty, or would you prefer Twigs?
His back is still to me?
Yeah.
And what does he say?
Would you prefer him call you Your Majesty or Twigs? And then a flash
Looks confused.
a flash
And she knows.
a flash of memory just at that word of you being a small child, and you were kind of really skinny and gangly, and it was just kind of a nickname he gave you when you guys were alone. He treated you with reverence in public, but when you guys were, he was a little more than what would be an equivalent of a teenager while you were a small child. So there's an age gap there, but he's still an older brother.
And she kind of looks down, mouths the word or the nickname, and then with that memory back up at him. And remembering what her father said, is it just me and him in the room, or is Alistair there as well?
Where is Alistair? Jeremy, I know you haven't played two characters right now, but come on, man.
He said BRB literally 2 minutes before he said that.
Oh,
so.
shit. My bad. We'll just
He's
say
outside,
he's
lost
outside.
in the mirror.
Yeah, he's lost in the mirror.
Yes, I know. I look fabulous.
And she'll think for a minute what her father said about being able to trust him explicitly. Kind of step forward and what would you normally call me?
depends if we're in company or not.
She looks around the room. Looks like not.
Your Majesty, it is then.
Is there anybody else in the room?
No, it's just you two.
So then we're
that's
not in the company of others. So she said, so it looks like
go
not
ahead.
in the company.
You know what? Go ahead and give me a perception.
Excuse me. So sorry.
Do I have a shadow
Hmm.
that I'm not paying attention to? So a 15?
1 second.
I know she's around here somewhere.
Not that you know of.
I know she's in the camp.
Yeah.
I don't know where she is, but I know she's somewhere in the camp. Probably standing right here.
Of course, you have a shadow. You know she's always around. Oh, that's me. Where? He kind of looks around the room. Probably betraying one of the statues by now. Fucking sneaky woman. And from one of the pieces of piles of rubble here, I heard that.
Anukwe actually jumps. Not expecting that at all.
And her cover kind of blown, I guess, from her speaking. She does kind of climb on top of the marbles and sits cross-legged like she did the day before. And pulls out an apple. You don't know where the fuck she got that from.
She takes a second and looks between the two. Conversation with her father plays in her head again.
And it's fine then, Nella. It's not like I haven't heard him call you that before.
She takes a deep breath and she turns to Saris. What kind of loyalty do I have?
They kind of share a look. You've never questioned that loyalty before.
Kind of bites her lips.
I mean,
And
there should never be a question to it, because you know it. I mean, Kale with his willingly, I mean, his blood is going to do what he has to do. I'm sworn to protect you.
I should follow that up with an explanation. I didn't make it off that ship unscathed. I remember one ship torn in two by the waves. She looks at each of them. Your ship disappearing into the rain. With enough time to look back as a wave crested my ship, threw me into the rail with enough force to break it.
I mean, it's not unheard of, but you know. So, what are you trying to say? I mean, you have acted quite strange since we arrived, but yeah. Calcutta just looks at her, rolls his eyes. Plainly speaking, did you hit her head?
He gives a nod. Before you showed up here and father referred to each by name, I knew the names, but I didn't know that you, Kale, and Sarah. My memories of few and far.
Well, that's understandable, I guess. So, and Dale goes back to his, and you can tell he's getting closer to finishing it. Sarah goes, so are you don't remember anything at all?
She looks at the two and she's still trying to gauge reactions on both of them at the same time. It's not gonna go well. There's fleeting images here and there. She looks at the two. There was one little clerics holding back a deep break and forward as she turns tail. And then you and I cast together. But I don't know when that happened or in what context, why we were there, what was going on.
Yeah, that's a story for another time. Yeah. As he finishes the circle. Yeah. Once I've return, I will tell you the tale. Or Sarah can, one or the other. And she kind of slides down, gives you this strange look, takes a bite of the apple, tosses it to you. This is going to be interesting. And walks out the door. Kale watches her go, Ceres! She just kind of shrugs and walks away.
I look over at Kale and Father said that I could trust you implicitly. That's why I told you.
Of course, I never been any questions.
And she looks up at him and looks at him like a younger sibling would look at an older. She looks completely lost and she says very quietly, I don't know that.
You do, it's just, you have to find it.
I know it now. I believe what you're telling me. I just don't remember how we got to that.
It'll explain itself. It's it's small details, Nella. It's
She lets out a kind of a sigh of a laugh.
you
Small
can,
details for you, but
I understand. And you can tell he's starting to get kind of impatient. It's really I have to. Do you want him to? Do you really want him to stay another night in the camp?
she looks out to where she knows
I bet they would
Alistair
love
was
that.
at last and shakes her head very quickly.
Very good.
No.
Boot, get your butt in here!
I'm sorry, who?
Do you want to ride or not?
Hold on. I'm just giving a few more autographs. I give like another lizard folk an autograph, and then I like walk away. It's one disappearing as I give the next one.
Yeah. And this one actually eats the fucking autograph.
I knew he would.
Yeah.
I knew he would.
She steps forward and she hugs Kale and whispers in his ear. Try not to kill him. Extremely annoying and
Well, I should only have to deal with him for another day, but
Well, here I am. But I had something to say to you. I point to Ninja. Before I go and do whatever it is he wants me to do with the other person and stuff, I have to say that it has been the worst experience in my life being around your group. I've ruined so many clothes. I've broken so many nails. My boots are just filled with mud and water all the time. It is just the worst experience. I don't know why you'd take somebody to a swamp their first time.
how does Alistair's clothing look right now?
It's all ruined. It's all ruined. Of course it is. It's all ruined.
It just got dirtier.
Oh no.
Oh
I mean,
no.
Yeah.
if you could make it
Yeah.
dirtier.
Did you see that, sir?
Yes. Give me an investigation.
It's just so bad.
Yeah.
20 DM.
Yeah. Take your choice.
Anything cast iron?
Probably not. No.
Anything heavy like cast iron?
I mean, there's a pretty good sized rock.
I have soap.
Does it look like I can throw it, or I might need a little more help?
You can throw it. It's maybe, well, when I say good sized rock, I'm like maybe softball sized.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till he's in the middle of one of his Gildolite Lockhart moments, and I'm gonna knock him in the back of the head with it. What would you like, sir?
Roll a d20 and add your strength.
Ow. Strength mod, that's a 10. Ouch.
Yeah, I think it misses.
Is there another one near me? I'll hand it to a big lizard fucking bribe him. Actually, can I make it just
His
better? Can I
bomb
just
next
try
to
until I fucking hit him?
I'll give you one more.
Okay.
Jesus. Another.
So I am charisma based, yeah.
2 rocks come skittered into the room.
Wow, it's helling
I
out
think nature
here.
agrees with me.
Where is your wizard at?
Oh, I am. You'd never believe it. I almost forgot about her. I was lost in the beauty of the sunset. I was lost in the beauty of the sunset. I'll go get her.
It's... Now look way he further looks at you like.
I come back, and I will find Krizo real quick as I'm doing this. Chef,
Good.
chef, chef.
Shh! Keep your voice down. The grandmother will hear it.
What?
What are you
That's
looking
fascinating.
for?
That's fascinating. I have
Make it
something
quick.
to give you, but I have to leave. So here, I give him. I'll tell you what I give him, gun. And I just leave him. I just hand it to him. I give him an autograph too. I conjure an autograph and I give him the baton.
Wait, you're going somewhere. Take me with you. I cannot stay here. Not while she lives.
I would love to take you with me, but I'm not going to. I'm not going
How
to.
much
I
barbecue
walk
sauce?
away.
I'll pay you.
All right, here. How about this? How about this? You can use my unseen servants that never vanished because they're lazy to assist you. They're all around. I've at least summoned 12 since last night.
Have to go though. Krisa said we have magnificent bond. Like you understood Krisa. I mean, other than the part that you think gods are
I
not
do.
real, I mean that's Malinkling is a problem. But you know, other than that, we
They're not
bested
real.
of friends.
I will also bequeath you with my winning smile. I smile at him.
Krisa does his other, but there's like a fly and it's like brown, green.
You've got no wait, sorry. I was about to say you had something in your teeth, but I realized it was just your natural charm. Yes.
And after this is what I'm saving those. The plaque has plaque.
No, I understand. I'd probably get that looked at if I were you. Get a manicure maybe. Because I'm
He
pretty sure if you
blinks.
scratched anything right now, they'd suffer several diseases.
Good, my
But
enemies can suffer them then.
that's your special charm. I almost tap him on the shoulder, but then I stop. Yeah.
Well, do not worry. Krizo can always send you messages if you ever need anything whatsoever. In fact, Krizo might just send you a few and all that, let you know how everything's going.
Don't.
Is the gift that you're giving me the pig? Because I can make some excellent bacon with it.
No, I need Moo to transport all my goods and items. And my autograph supplies.
Fuck.
But I hand you I give him the satin bag with the baton in it. And I also give him the unbreakable arrow. Our first time meeting.
So an
Also,
unbreakable
you touched
arrow
it,
and a
I'm worried it's
baton.
dirty.
Is that satin bag got what I think it's got in it?
Yes, it does. It does. And I
Okay.
give him the unbreakable arrow, and I tell him, I'm pretty sure it's dirty because you touched it. So here, you can have it. Oh God. Oh. Oh God.
Oh
Oh
fuck.
God. Ah. Oh God.
Yeah,
Oh God. And I gust the wind around me.
Yeah, Krizo, the satin bag, you feel something that's maybe
Baton size.
it's on, cylindrical, maybe 10, 11 inches long.
I do not tell him what it is because I
Hmm.
expect him to be able to figure that out.
Reminds it of Krizo's wiener. Did you give me someone else's wiener?
I don't collect those.
Very bad.
I, however, do collect magical items.
So magical wiener got you.
Maybe. I mean, to be fair, you're a smart guy. You'll figure it out. I really must go.
Of course,
Or else
Krizo's the smartest one in
the
this
boy
camp.
or whatever is going to yell at me. Yeah, sure.
That's so
know what,
fucking dismissive.
I'd ask the fat cat about it. He seems to know his magic stuff. And when he tells you that he doesn't, don't believe him. He's just saying that so you won't get the answer you seek.
You'll have the very safe journey, my friend. You take care.
I won't.
Even though he
Wait, hold
doesn't
on,
want
sorry, I
to, I
wasn't
give
listening
him
to
a
anything.
hug that is covered in mud and dirt.
Oh God!
Come here.
Oh God! Oh God! I misty step away.
Yeah.
I misty step away.
Right before you misty step, Moo runs by you, fucking hits your pants leg and covers it in mud, and he runs to where Kel's
No!
at and sits
No!
down.
No! No! No, Moo. All right, that's it, Moo. You know what? No. These were my last good pants. I was switching into them while I was walking away from the white-haired girl that I didn't learn the name of, and I've been calling Amy right in my diary. You know what? You can have Moo. I'm done with him. I'm taking my bag too. I take my bag.
Do I see him in fresh clothes?
It's just pants now, and they're not. They're not clean anymore.
Yeah, they're even worse.
Man,
I'm not even looking. I'm just storming off.
if
Come
only
on,
we had
Mage.
a vial
I'm
of
naming you
extremely
Amy as
fine
well.
glitter.
I pick up Moo
I can
and
conjure
with an
that.
evilest grin on my face.
I've always wanted to make pork chops.
That'll teach him. That'll teach him. He'll learn a real hard lesson. And then when he comes back running to me while we're at home, he'll be all like, moo, 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 moo. And I'll be like, yeah, I understand, but you're not getting out of this one. Stupid pig. I'll get me a new moo.
Krizo, as you're
A better moo! I
It-
yell back.
As you're holding Moo, it looks at you like, you try to eat me, I will kill you in your sleep.
He accepts the challenge.
What do you got there? Bob says as he's behind him.
Moo has no fear.
Boo moo.
Okay.
Moo will escape.
You thought you were
Moo's gonna
getting away
gang
from
up
this
with the
one,
fucking
John, huh?
gorilla, y'all.
Maybe
Thought
Moo.
you were
Maybe
getting
Moo
out of
is the
this
gorilla's
one.
handler.
Maybe.
He's the real criminal mafia style.
So, all right. As Alistair and the mage step where Kel is at the.
Terrible.
I'm assuming Nelliqua that you said that in her comment, so he nods. Gives you a wink, and moves his hands in an arcane pattern, and a flash and a pop, and the three disappear. And
One last autograph fall.
Yeah, one last autograph falls to the floor and then dissipates.
You're welcome, it says.
I'll
Yeah.
shake my head at that, look at the apple, and as I turn to go back to where my father is, because I have no idea where Cirrus went, I just start eating the apple.
Yep. And on that note, before we get to the council meeting and a few other things, we're going ahead and take a break. So we'll be back here in about 10 minutes, guys. Just stick with us, and we'll be back.
See you soon.
we're back. All right, guys. So before break, Moot and Kale and the wizard teleported away, and you guys are meandering about as it gathers for a council. What are you guys doing?
I
I'm with
investigate what was left to me by my best friend in the pouch.
Nice bag.
Oh, treasure! It's my treasure.
I don't want it.
Okay, I'm
Good, because it's not what you ought to begin with.
I need to compose myself for this.
God.
Yeah, you do.
Oh,
When the DM says he has to post.
it's bad. Whatever it is.
Yeah, it is.
Chorizo,
I had. You think you thought you were
Yes.
getting out of
as
it.
you empty the pouch into your hand, it's very cylindrical, about 11 to 10 to 12 inches long, and very phallic shaped.
Shape's a little bit different. What did
And it is anatomically correct.
So the common thing. So do you just commonly get those?
Is this a fucking welcoming gift by those people? I'm not too sure. Oh, it flops.
Oh God! It looks
Oh,
wet.
I think it's been used before.
Don't make him
Is that a
tell
vein?
his
Wait, why does it smell like bacon?
I don't know.
I'm beginning to see Gun as you said that. It's the best thing I've seen all year.
Wait, Bob, I think I know what it is. Have you ever heard of the turkey baster?
Oh, no.
Of those.
No. What do they use them for?
Well, you go and you put this inside something, and then you go and get the juices. You ever had
Oh,
the
like how a waterfall does.
I mean,
Are you sure it's not for throwing?
it could be used to throwing. I'm not sure.
Do you think, hold on.
Wait, should we use it on the pig?
If I throw it, do you think we could use it like a javelin?
I think we need to get it a little bit stiff first before we can throw it like a javelin. Otherwise, this thing's gonna come back at us
I
like a
crack my
boomerang.
knuckles. All of them.
So wait,
Alright,
do you
hold
grab
on.
the shaft or do you grab the? How do you?
No, it's fine.
Oh my god.
Hold on. I'll grab the pig. You ready it. I am proficient in animal handling gun. I didn't think I'd use it this early, and I didn't think I'd use it, but I am proficient in this.
Okay.
I will cast guidance on my new best friend.
Is it just a high five?
Yeah, pretty much.
I shatter his arm as he does it. But I'll take the guidance. Yeah, I give him a strength check as I high five him for that guidance.
Oh shit.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just give it a try. Yeah. That's as well as that was gonna go.
Okay. So what are you two doing actually?
I'm holding the pig. But I'm gonna be nice to get it closer to me with animal
Okay,
handling.
so where is this going? Mouth or are we going in the fucking the hole?
Close your eyes and just stab it.
Close his eyes and away we go.
All right.
Animal handling.
All right. You give me an animal
There you
handling.
go. Yeah.
Chorizo, roll a
That's
d20. Add your strength at disadvantage because your eyes are closed.
14.
Okay. Roll it one more time.
At disadvantage again?
No.
Okay, this is 8.
You feel it impact something as you peek open an eye. It has hit Bob's arm. Jeremy. Please describe what this fucking thing does.
Shit!
Okay, yeah, hold on. Let me get Moot's sheet up again. Do you want me to do a voice with it, or like do you want me to do an announcer voice, or
Just well,
Whatever it is.
You know what? Fuck it. There you go.
Well, whatever it is, it's gonna give a happy ending.
Go ahead and make a fucking wisdom save.
What the fuck?
I would love to.
Oh my.
Yep. Ah. What the hell is that?
Yep.
God.
So do I just do
Put a cozy on it!
Do like a D4 psychic damage or something? Like a fucking
Nope.
Woody the sheriff for a sad,
it's-
strange
It's
little man.
treated as vicious mockery. So, his next attack has disadvantage, and once a week he can't get a long rest because of the memory of it.
Oh God.
I
He
sense
starts to
great
sweat.
power in this thing.
Which is crazy. Lizard folk don't sweat, so he starts to sweat.
What
Oh,
did you
God.
see?
Do I need to put this in my flaws gun?
Sure. What have I done?
I let the pig go, and I grab him by the shoulders. Do you remember the first time you ever saw Nana?
With or without clothing, because both are horrifying events.
Without clothing and dancing? I try to cry, but I can't cry. Ah, damn it! I can't cry because my cousin ripped out my tear ducts as a kid.
Okay.
Damn it! I punched myself in the stomach.
It's okay, comrade, come here. We never speak of this event again unless we use this on
What
our
are you doing?
enemies.
What are you doing?
Vanilla Queen.
This, I look at this thing. This will teach people to respect and worship him.
You actually,
Yeah.
Vanilla Queen, you
I don't think
actually
you should use that.
pass by when this is happening.
I don't think you should use that on another being. It's too
She
powerful.
keeps walking. She doesn't want to get
I've seen
involved in that at all. She's
Damn it, I've seen horrible
she can't,
things.
spot Saris because of how she exited, and is still munching on that apple because she's not eating today, just that one oyster
Mhm.
I can't believe
before
I'm
this
putting,
meeting starts.
I can't believe I'm putting out this on my sheet, but does this use strength or dexterity to hit?
Yeah, it's
Or does it repair on the technique I'm using?
yeah, sure. Depends on the technique.
Wisdom
It's
or
about
intelligence.
the motion of the ocean is what you're asked.
So it's confirmed. Dildos are
It-
finesse weapons.
It's more of a reactionary thing. So it's more of you hit them, but they
Oh,
have to be
wait a
able to
minute.
withstand it.
Wait. If that's the case, then we should give this to Dietrich. He can give sneak attack if he uses it in the right way.
Ah, shit!
I would not do that if I were you.
For our viewers at home, if you haven't figured out what
Yeah, explain
this
it.
is through
Yeah.
description, this is an item that was
Thanks,
created through the brainchild of myself, Matt, and Jeremy. It's called the dildo of vicious
We were not
mockery.
drunk.
Are you sure?
Basically, what this does is
Pretty sure.
they strike. It's a minor item. It's strike an item. They rolls a wisdom save. If it fails, they get disadvantaged on the next attack, and then they can't take a long rest because of the shocking horror of being struck by a dildo.
To be fair, Gunn
Wait.
told me you can pick 3 special items to take with your character, and we made this.
God damn.
There you go. That's the name.
For context,
God.
for people who can't see this, Krizo has named it
Mine is bigger.
for its attack. Mine is bigger.
Still doesn't hit me.
God, just out of nowhere, there's just a part of me that just wants to just multi-class into paladin, just to divine strike someone with this. Just a part of me wants to. I can wrap this straight
Well,
up.
you know.
If you're listening on YouTube and you came here on my fucking recommend, I'm sorry.
You're welcome,
You're
Michael.
sorry.
I won't be mad.
But they have given me power. They've given me a great weapon to wield.
With great power comes great responsibility.
What monster had this?
But whatever the monster created this, we can use this for good.
I don't think there's any good we can use this with.
This is... Now listen to me, Bob. We call this a last resort.
My name's not Bob, by the way.
What is your name, then?
I don't know. Look at the tag I'm wearing. I have never read the tag, by the way, Gun. I just assume it says it.
Very bold. I can read.
Very bold of you to
I'm
think
going
you know what
off the
reading
hunch.
Hello, my name is Boob. Boob? Your
God,
name that you're a boob? Sweet.
I don't know what's it say.
Bob, it's at this time that you
Yeah.
hear that familiar clack of a staff behind you. What did you do?
Oh shit! Sorry, Nana.
Nana firmly grabs the new item. What?
Shit!
Hey, what is this?
Ah shit! Don't, Nana. It's too powerful.
No.
It is.
This may remind you of when dinosaurs used to be here. Don't. No.
It's floppy.
Dude. I mean, for now.
Oh,
It's always that floppy.
I hide it back into its safety pouch.
Crazy, I didn't know you swung that way.
No.
So sorry, Nana.
Nana, mine is bigger. Mine is filled with the
Sorry,
entire
Nana.
Pauses for a moment, turns to walk away.
Wait.
Then you kind of hear her mutter something. It's audible enough that you go, "Not that I remember."
Creezo, whatever you do not tell her that's a weapon. She'll make a cozy for it.
Oh god!
Damn it, Michael. Oh, what have I done? What have I done?
We swing this bag and we just
You gave it to the wrong person.
I certainly did, yeah.
I mean, one of my spells is Raffle Smite that can cause frightened condition, but I think this thing would just frighten anyone anyway.
dude. Hey, don't enlarge and reduce, petrify Bigby's hand right there. You're fucked.
Literally.
Or
Literally.
Bigby.
I guess me and Bob will make our way towards like.
Meanwhile, while the shenanigans are going on, Dietrich, what are you doing?
God. Thank you for giving me this.
Finally, a
Jeremy.
sensible character is up.
I am just, as I see all the people gathering the king, the odd crone that seems to be terrorizing all the lizard folk, I'm just probably in the corner of the car, just kind of staring and taking everything, watching them bring in eggs, not really understanding what's going on. Just kind of watching and assessing the situation.
Yeah, just kind of trying to figure out what the hell is happening.
Yeah, because Oko seems to be directing everything, so she's like a chief, or is she the chief? Because I already rescued one chief before. It seems rather weird, so you just try to figure out the power structure of what's going on with
Yeah,
these
the chieftain is actually quaking in his, well, boots at this old woman. What the hell is going on? Oh, God.
Yeah.
No, don't you do it, because I got to make a token for that.
I just kind of do that. He'll kind of, he'll just kind of just speak out loud and go, "Oh, this is getting interesting. Let's see where this goes." And I'll just sit and kind of watch and assess them.
I like where you never do find Sarah's. If she wants to be seen, she'll be seen. If not, yeah. Between that and the leaves and bugs that are in your hair, you're having a hell of a time.
Yeah, it gets to the point where she probably found a spot away from others that she kind of thumps the brush down on whatever she's by and just drops her head down in her hand.
Yeah.
From the headache of trying to get all that out.
Yeah.
Pain of the horns coming in, and just sits there and takes a couple deep breaths and tries not to lose her mind.
After about an hour or two, a couple of the ghoul warriors actually come in, and they're carrying another pig. It's not Moo or Moo. You can tell this is a wild boar type animal. It's got thick bristles for hair. They proceed to start cleaning it and put it on the spit. Once it starts getting going, they all kind of start gathering around. Seems that they've given the old woman the place of honor, and she waits for everybody to gather. The poison dust that was hiding in the bush, he's sitting next to Kesselsick, and one of the large black skulls that was with him is sitting there. Satisfied with what she senses as everybody gathered. Now, I will tell you why we're here. Kesselsick,
Yes.
our numbers are dwindling. And she kind of looks towards the Exar. What used to be hundreds is now bigger. The shadow skills have taken a heavy toll on us. It's we need to rethink. I had heard that with some outsiders I did not know that young Kriesel had been a part of, had attempted to take over the Dusk Lord's Keep. I see that you were successful. I believe that the old ways of living amongst the vast swamps is growing closer to ending. We need to follow in the Pinkskins' example and maybe set our own roots. You kind of your father.
What would you propose, though?
And she kind of looks towards where you're sitting, Krizo. Why not here? This Dusk Lord's Passage has been around for many years. It's been ever present. Even maybe half my life. Maybe longer. And it is never going away. It's permanent. Whatever he did at the time to gain access to the Shadowfell made it a permanent fixture. I understand that you're seeking despair. I admire that. It takes courage. You should have been one of us. No offense to you, Kesselsick. But your path is not of our own. It's... She kind of sniffs a little. It's foreign. That does not make you a good person. That does not make you not a good person. But it just makes you not right for what task needs to be done for this. Because yes, you can go after despair, but there's more. And this is something that you actually remember, Krizo, when she gets into this. The Hearthhome was taken by one of our own, a traitor who killed its rifle bearer. My grandson, Traz, is the next bearer. Now, Krizo, do you remember this? Have seen this weapon in display. It's an old weapon. Polished wood for handles. And two razor sharp axe heads on each end, made of dragon teeth. This is an honored weapon that is wielded by the essentially guardians of the clutch. I believe that he has followed this spell into the Shadowfell. I ask you a personal favor. Help him find this. Help him retrieve the weapon and return it to its rightful place.
Oh, I can do it my own, Nana. I don't need help.
Shh. Krizzle,
Sorry, Nana.
you've lived in the world for a little while. You know things. This is his trial of growth. You're one of the smartest lizard folk. And for the rest of the party that's sitting there, her hand shoots out towards you as if to say, "Don't even say anything, and ruin this."
He puffs his chest out in pride. He's like, yes, I am the smartest, yes.
Hey, can I grow any bigger?
You can use the wisdom that you've learned to help guide him. As you see, he's very strong. He's very capable at what he does, and I think you can. It's my boy. Yes, I think that you can assist each other. Yes.
Yes. My path is to follow next to his own to make sure that his path of growth is going well. Then I accept helping him find this weapon.
And he will assist you in dealing with despair.
And living. I'm gonna rip his throat out.
Yeah. I do want to remind you that after a short conversation with your father, it seems that some of these, what do they call it, Chateau Slain? As a reminder, they were once our people. Do them a service. Release them for their torment, but do so with humility and honor. Because some may have joined willingly, but not all. Some were forced into this condition. Help them along the passage to the Meadowlands.
I'll make sure that those will go and see our people. It is only right. We have suffered enough in this life.
They do not need to suffer as mindless husks.
Of course.
Now, as far as Geraton, show him no mercy.
Just kind of nods and rips White Raven a little bit.
He deserves none. He spit in the face of our tradition and family. And family is everything. There is many here, a warrior, chieftain, priestess, that I have seen grow into adulthood. You're all my family. You may not be bound by blood, but you're bound by tribe. This is what I propose. We turn this walls of stone that wastes away in the vast swamp into a new home. Our home. And we are no longer the ghoul tribe. We are no longer the black scales. We are no longer the poison dusk. We will be known as the Dusk Warden. We will guard this portal from incursion in and out. Does anybody disagree? And
Yes, Nana.
for those that are onlooking, the sheer look of reverence. You guys had seen the fear that was there, but there's a sheer look of reverence as this woman speaks on the faces of every lizard folk amongst you. Not a voice peeps up to discredit anything she just said. It is time for us to become a little more friendly with those neighbors to our south, in Janeda and Furl. We have friends from around the world, and she looks at you, Nelique, and your father. Why not head home as well? Grizzle is already set groundwork into it, working with the folks of Janeda. If he can do it, so can we. No. And she turns her blind eyes back to you, Grizo. We can offer what we can to help for the supplies. We do not know how long it will take to find this bear. He is obviously not on this side of the portal. It only leads one way in. The Shadowfell is a dangerous place, my friend. Do not take it lightly.
I will not get another there.
But cut the head off from the snake, weaken them from within, you won't have to worry about too much encouragement. And we will be able to go vanguard from the outside. Nobody in, nobody out.
You've been around for the longest, grandmother. Do you know anything more information about this Shadowfell at all?
Yes, it's
Any information could be useful.
a
Should we dive deeper
this-
into it?
well, when I was a young maiden, many years ago it seems, I stumbled upon there one time. It's a strange and disconcerting place. It mirrors our own world, but it's full of cold and darkness. There's creatures there that even I would not want to stumble across. Be wary of that. Now, I'm sure you have other questions about. I will share what wisdom I can.
This despair. Is there anything that we know, anything at all that we can use to help weaken? What if we encounter them as well, and the rest of them at the same time?
I
We
can.
need something to strike them back.
It's not concrete. I can tell you what I do know. He's not old. He's not. He's not like Akazar. Akazar is far older than any being that's in even around here. He's reached adulthood, from what I understand. But it's rumored, and this is legend. I haven't. I have not heard of anyone that actually has spoken to him without either dying or siding with him. That he's been branded, some would say blessed, by a dark god. I am not as familiar with some of the other gods other than our own, but I believe this god is named Ebon, the Lord of Shadows.
I've heard the name before.
That is
Very
one that
wicked
seems to
things.
keep popping up.
Yes.
Kill him too.
And she kind of looks over at Traz. And as anyone would know, nods her head crazy to it. A creature blessed by the gods. It possesses certain strengths. It's a little more formidable.
Mm. Formidable, my ass. I'll kill him too.
Don't take it in lightly.
Do not underestimate the power of the gods.
You know
The
what?
good
I
or
won't take
dark
him lightly
ones.
till I remove his arms and legs.
It can be killed. It's just a matter of finding how.
I fucking run my hand down my axe's pole and grin.
But first, you have to find him. That's the other thing. The Shadowfell is vast. If I was to hazard a guess, start where you are. Follow the path, you'll find it.
Razor has ways of tracking the weapon as well. Description should be able to track it. Give us something to list. Some sort of clue for our destination.
I'm sure you'll find one, and then one way or another. Or the other, shortly thereafter.
If what you say is true, if it mirrors what our own place looks like, maybe it might have some familiarity with Chrysler tracking.
Wait. He's probably one of two places. The note that we found that told that despair was part of this. It listed. You will find yourself in a reflection of the keep. From there, another one of. I'm not sure how to pronounce the person's name.
Estwell or
Find
Ezra?
another Shatterkai
Okay.
will lead you to the monastery of Ebendome.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
So he's either in the keep or most likely that monastery.
Well.
And if this Shadowfell is a reflection, it's probably in the same place the monastery is Aura.
Yes, it's a reflection, all right. Just bear in mind that, and she kind of sniffs the air. You're in a swamp.
She gives a nod.
So if it's a reflection of where you are now, and it's a keep, and we're in a keep,
The outside is going to be the same.
very similar. It's going to be hazardous then.
Probably more dangerous.
I have confidence in Krizo's abilities and intelligence. Again, she holds up a finger.
Andrew bites her lip.
That
Trass giggles.
you will be smart about it. Make as little noise as you can. Do not draw attention to yourselves. The monastery might not be a bad idea to check into. It may be there. If not there, at least Might find some information on how to find it. Or at least how to stop this shadow sling from being created. That would be a great boon.
Is there anything else that you know, grandmother, about them? I mean, they're not. How you describe despair. Despair does not sound like an idiot may know that we're coming or something is afoot.
Like I said, don't draw attention to yourself. Something else about the Shadowfell. Your ability to see in the night will be greatly diminished. And the urge to use light may be there. Bear in mind, those that are native to it will see it from a long way. It'll be
Is
like
light affected, blessed by the gods? Is it affected differently there?
possibly not. I have never actually experimented with it, but it might be a deterrent against some of the creatures that like to live in the shadow. Might be something how did the humans say? Ace in the hole.
Kriza looks at his sword.
Fill it with
and he hangs
fire.
by his side.
Repeat that for me one more time, DM.
Which part?
What you said about with what Krizo asked about
Oh, the divine light.
yeah.
She's never experimented with herself, so she really can't answer that truthfully. But it might not be a bad idea, and to kind of keep it in your pocket. In other words, it might be something to use when you need it.
Okay.
Because I believe that sword does a daylight once a day.
I do, and I also have it as a spell as a cleric.
Yeah.
That I can prepare.
I just remember the sword is.
Yeah,
Like
it's,
it's
once
once a
per
day.
one.
So you can potentially blind me multiple times.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's the main point. Rise and shine.
I'll hit it regardless.
I have a
Blind
portable
or no
tanning
blind.
booth wherever I go.
Yeah. This is a requested task. This is not an order from me. They're amongst us that I can request go. I can't make you go. You have your own free will to do as you believe. You're welcome here as far as I'm concerned.
That axe.
But this mission, it's voluntary.
Voluntary, but this is still in my home. And it is not out of danger yet. We still need time to rebuild, gather our strength. We need a place for the young ones to not always look in fear wherever they go. I will do this task. Not just because that my goddess wills it, not because just you will it. As you said, we are family. Family looks out for one another.
You did learn something, didn't you?
A little.
I guess we're kind of leans forward a little bit. And speaking for the first time, out of respect, if I may. And you notice, or actually Pritchard and, do either one of you speak Draconic? And Dietrich?
Am I close enough to hear this conversation, DM?
Yeah, I would assume so, yes.
Okay. Am I close enough to eavesdrop? No, I do not speak Draconic.
Okay, so everything's kind of been either broken,
Am I close
common.
enough to hear this?
Yes.
Probably the closest thing he's heard to the Chronic was a drunk elf, and he barely
Okay.
Elvish.
So
Hearing
If-
conversation.
so most of this is most of this has been in broken common, so you guys have nothing to worry about there. However, when Akazar speaks, it's in Draconic, so you won't understand what he's saying. Is the reason I'm asking. As far as the rebuild portion of it, grandmother, I think I may be able to help you with that. And he kind of looks at you and Eloquay. If
She'll look at him, kind of waiting to see where he's going with it.
he's looking at you as if you are the one to push the issue. This is a learning moment for her. She's seeing how she's going to do it.
She kind of cocks her head to the side at him, not understanding where he is trying to go with this. Because she did sign something to him. I don't know if he caught it.
I don't know if he got it or not. Apparently, my daughter is
She'll
lost her.
switch to undercommon and ask him, you think we can make an ally here?
That's the idea.
What happened to the other that survived the ship wreck?
I don't know.
Maybe if cross could be a safe place for them. And
Great.
she'll take a breath and address her. Forgive me, I've not been given a name in which to call you, as everyone seems to call you something different. She'll continue it in Draconic like her father started.
You may call me Kima. Your grandmother is most familiar enough to
Nana.
come. Yes, thank you.
No problem, Nana.
She pats him on the head.
She'll
I
take
bent
a-
down, like my knees.
Yeah, I mean, she like hits him like in the snout and like almost poking him in the eyeball.
She'll, she'll take a cue from her father and refer to her. With this task, I've already promised so that I would help him with the safety of his family. This seems like a continuation of this. We do have potentially some people in the area that once I find them, I can send them away and they can help you rebuild.
That would be greatly appreciated. As you see, we're few in number.
She'll glance at her father as she says this next part. Maybe even bring some from home and see if we can't get that started sooner.
He nods in approval at that. She gives a single nod. Any help would be appreciated. At least to make it livable, yes?
I'm sure
We're
that
not
we can help with
used.
that.
This is a strange circumstance for us. We're not used to living in stone buildings and structures. We move where we need to. We live in canopies and tents.
I mean, beds are nice.
She kind of gives a bit of a smile at that. I'm sure that there's something that we can do to help.
Again, we started them. But that's a long term project, yes?
Yes.
We can make do as we need to. We've got the means to at least put shelter over our heads should we need. Right now, the weather is a little chilly for my liking, but it's at least not snowing yet.
She turns to her father and signs, "It snows here?"
He signs back, as far as he knows, the south.
He kind of makes the kind of oh kind of face. Because she doesn't know where they came from.
Yeah.
Nana
I'm
has plans for the cold.
I'm sure we'll be able to get most of it started with my brother. See if we can hopefully keep this friendship between that you and my father have going between all of us.
Well, we as a people actually owe your father a great debt, so through his knowledge, he helped us find a way to teach the young a little more than our short lifespans actually allow. I can't go into details about it. I swore a promise.
Well, then maybe
Yeah.
our races can teach each other.
Well, it's much as a shock to us as it was to that when a dragon knew that the Istal people themselves are not necessarily a bunch of what's the word the humans use? Assholes.
Food.
She suddenly eyeballs Trash when he refers to fish to his food.
No threats. We don't eat assholes.
They don't taste that
Oh,
good anyway.
I mean, to be fair, I mostly just chop, sever, cut, maim, sever again.
Morons, though, are incredibly tasty.
She signs to her father. Are we sure that our people are going to be safe here?
They'll be fine.
And she does it in a way where it's obvious she's joking.
Yeah. More worried about the shit that's in the swamp than these guys.
Mm-hmm.
They're liable to hurt themselves before they hurt us.
She gives a nod.
So, do you have any further questions? Because I am going. The night is going long, and I am going Willery, and this pig smelling.
Okay, does anyone else have any questions?
Tress Nana's falling
Yeah,
asleep.
what's the name of the guy I'm hunting again?
Fuck.
I just know him as Target.
Yep, Target. That's all you need to know. I said
That's all I need.
I said his name earlier, and I fucking drew a blank. Fuck.
Yeah, I wrote down traitor.
Yeah.
Works. It began with a G.
Yeah.
Big dub.
Gara something.
Garrus.
You'll remember it eventually.
Yeah, I'll remember it
Gerald
eventually.
Just stop thinking about it, because
Yeah.
that's just going to make it worse.
Yeah. If nothing else, I can rewatch the stream.
Garrett, that guy.
There's that.
I mean, fuck, at this point, you're going to have to.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Or you could listen to our podcast.
I've literally had 2 hours of sleep today.
Mood. So.
Fair enough.
So yeah, if I forget stuff, that's one reason why we do these.
I've been going through stuff where I wake up after 8 hours of sleep, man, make coffee, drink the coffee. 3 hours later, get a coffee.
Look,
Yep.
all you need to know is that
No,
he's
it's fine. I got his
mean,
name.
He has an axe.
Traitor
and
has an
deal with him.
axe.
Yeah. So
is going to die.
So with that mentioned, food is divvied out. Nana has fallen asleep with like a piece of meat hanging out of her mouth.
Like introduce
As usual.
Traz to barbecue sauce.
Oh my god.
I know it's nectar of the gods,
Oh my god. This is the
and they
greatest thing
sell
I've ever
this
had.
for cheap.
I mean, I look to Krizo and I'm like, you know what? I look over to Pig that's not like got barbecue sauce on him. I mean, it's not that great, but when you add this, oh my god. I didn't want to be rude though, so
How do we cook him? How do we eat him?
do you think you could hit it with your eyes open this time?
Rizzo decides to pull out the bludgeoning device.
I'll get him right between the eyes.
Oh, you can't just
Do
pull
I-
that out. You can't just pull that out.
Do I see at this point the
Yeah.
fact that Moose is still here?
Moot is like sitting actually by an eloquent. He feels safe there.
I
So she's
begin.
probably just absentmindedly petting him after she's
Yeah.
cleaned a spot on him.
Yeah.
Don't look at him. Don't look at him. He'll know we're after him.
Conrad, you take the right idea.
Hold on, I've got an idea. Hold on. I pull out you know the guy I got my name tag from? I also pull out his mustache and I put it on. Alright, you'll never see this coming.
Wait, who are you?
That's the idea. No, look, I take off the mustache. It's me, Traz. And I put the mustache back on.
Wait,
and I
your
get my
name is
wings.
Traz? It just looks like I'm calling you Bob. Okay.
No, that's just. Yeah, people do that.
Yeah, I don't.
Alright.
Yeah, that's very weird. Right, on the count of 3.
And we'll totally non-conspicuous start to sneak over.
Yeah, we're totally gonna stealth this. We're gonna rush him.
Yeah, it's
So,
like
so let me get this straight. Moo is sitting next to me,
Yeah.
and these two are getting ready to rush Moo, which is next to me.
Yep.
yep.
I
This is
will
not
jump
gonna
over the
end well
fire if
for
I have
them.
to.
Nope.
Because I'm probably talking with my father, not paying attention. But I have a shadow.
You ever seen a lizard folk version of the Super
What
Bowl?
that
You're now
thing?
about to.
So
Yeah.
go ahead. Because yeah, I'm probably not paying attention. Just
Pretty-
absentmindedly petting Moo.
We
talking
are!
with my father.
We are gonna.
Krizo gets the
Don't need your
countdown of
permission.
3, 2, 1, bull rush.
Ah!
All right. As you guys do bull rush, I need both of you to make wisdom saving throws.
Uh-huh.
Oh shit!
I'd love to.
Oh,
He hits us with another dildo! Ah! Damn it!
He must be the smartest one in his tribe, because Traz has 0.
All right, Traz.
It's fine.
Oh Jesus.
Uh-huh.
The last thing you two see before a flash happens is Akazar raises his hand. You're both turned into snails.
I'm still rushing.
Yeah, I'm still slowly rushing.
You-
Just making a slight
You-
trail.
Still rushing.
After a couple hours, you eventually do make it to Moot.
But we've tired ourselves out at that point and we just fall asleep.
I don't get the long rest anyways, so.
He hits you guys with mass polymorph.
I'm snail eating him, by the way. I'm snail nibbling on Moo.
Nah, Chris. He's like the snail's like turned to his side. He's now gone. He's asleep.
However, you're rudely awakened at some point during the night, and this I will backtrack for the other two that I need to get to.
Yeah.
As Moot is dropping pig bombs on you.
That probably
Conrad, artillery fire, dodge!
Which
Move!
makes you lose
Meteor strikes!
the whole 1 hit point that the snails have and forms you back into your lizard folk bodies covered in pig shit.
Are we on top of each other as well? Like one of those things where
Sure.
it's like our bodies are like
Yeah.
mangled backs up.
Yeah.
Ah!
Stop.
Must be real awkward for him being I'm 7 feet.
I'm 7 foot as well. It's like I'm tall as fuck as well.
7'8", sorry.
Yeah, I'm 7'3", so it's
All right, both y'all motherfucking NBA tryouts. Go over that shit later.
Is that the bludgeoning device, or are you just happy to see me?
You know, hold on. Is that your bludgeoning device, or are you just happy to see me?
Oh god, that might be Nana. Run!
Oh no!
You guys kind of looking around for Nana. She's still on the log. That piece of meat is still hanging out of her mouth, and she's.
I run away from the tent. That's me for the night.
Sorry, Nana. I run with him. Yeah, I run with him.
Oh god. All right. So, before the moot bombing, Dietrich,
Yes.
you're retiring for the night, yeah?
Mm. Yeah, he's kind of look at the moon. He's kind of putting all his equipment together. Seems to be getting really well prepared for someone going to bed.
You do eventually tire yourself. You know, your thoughts kind of running through your head. It's about. You feel like you've slept for a few hours, and you hear 2 female voices. No, this is going to be really cool. I know. No, he's going to like this. But it's changing you. No, it's really cool.
There's a pause. He goes, I'm not in the mood. Who's trying to play a prank on me, and who the hell are you?
Told you would wake him up. Well, might as well wake him all the way up then. Get back in there. And all of a sudden, you were really awakened by water hitting you in the face.
Just kind of get up, swing my head around as a cat does when you're wet. It's like, ugh.
Yep. And
All
they're
right, who did that?
standing with their arms crossed. Is Cereal.
Oh. Well, how are you this fine evening?
Well, not wet. Well, never. You know what I mean.
I thought you said this wasn't going to happen for another 200 years.
Well, blame her.
I'll look around.
The sword is laying on your bed. Something's off about it, though.
You look strange. What's wrong with her?
You kind of, are you gonna pick it up?
Yeah.
There's you kind of look it over, and your eye keeps going towards the pommel, where it was kind of flat before. There appears to be kind of an anchor shape coming out of the bottom of the pommel.
Well, this is new. You've never grown before.
Oh, this is gonna be epic. Come on, take me outside, quick.
Kind of get up, stretch out a little bit, and go outside.
You've carried her around enough that you know that she does perceive pretty much everything. Oh, that tree right there.
The tree.
You see it?
What do you mean?
You see it?
Yeah, I see the tree.
Okay. Oh, all right. Oh, no, one-handed.
Yeah, of course, one-handed.
All right.
What?
No. Swing me. Swing me, and when you reach the apex, think ahoy.
Is this a really roundabout way of hitting me in the nuts?
Just do it.
I'll swing her and say ahoy at the apex.
As you hear the whistle of the blade hit the apex, the anchor at the bottom fires out with a chain attached to it, wraps around the tree.
Huh.
Now, Wait, anchor.
Weigh anchor.
The tree. It's not a very big tree. You hear it start snapping as the chain starts drawing taut.
Wait, no. If it keeps going, I'm going to be pulled towards the tree.
You got faith or not?
I do. I just know, basic. If the chain begins to pull, I'm going to go with the chain, or is it something different?
It's almost like a mental slap in the back of the head. Just focus.
Yeah. Okay. Focused.
You hear and the pop of wood. But you do still, you feel your feet kind of sliding. Now, just relax. Just relax. Just relax. Just relax.
I am relaxed. It's pulling me.
It's supposed to. Just relax.
Fine. I just flop on the ground and, just begins to pull me.
Okay, that's too relaxed.
What do you want?
Mind your crotch. Too late. Fucking your crotch wrapped around the tree.
Oh, great. Yeah, so this was a really roundabout way of nutting me. Thank you.
Okay, you get the general idea. Now go over to the wall.
The wall.
Yeah, the wall, dummy.
Oh, it's back inside of it. Okay. I was gotta get up, go to the wall. I presume the same thing again.
Exactly.
I'll do the same thing.
All
I'll
right.
think ahoy, send it out.
Fires up, and you hear it clink. The points of the anchor kind of clink at the top of the wall.
Oh, you're a grappling hook. You can also asphyxiate my enemies.
See, you're supposed to be wielding me, not whatever the fuck that was. So I decided to eat it.
I kind of look at me. You can eat my weapons?
You never asked if I couldn't.
I've never really dealt with something that could actually live as a living weapon. Maybe you should tell me what you can do before you do it, because
I don't even know everything I can do.
Oh, great! So this is gonna be a surprise for all of us. I kind of tug on the chain a couple times, but like, can you just pull me up there? Wait, anchor.
And hang on, and it starts raising you up the wall.
Is that kind of just like, do you have a weight limit? Like, could you fit like 2.5 Crizos?
I don't think it was designed for that.
Oh, so you do have a weight limit. Okay, so make sure that Crizo or his newest companion or brother or cousin. I have no idea what kind of family relation that is.
You're just kind of dangling from the top of the wall, holding the sword.
Yeah. Let's see. I'll kind of unhook the chain and fall to the ground.
Yeah. Just gotta lower yourself down.
Yeah.
And drop, yeah.
Drop down, but like, isn't that interesting? So I'll delete that from my inventory, DM.
Yeah.
I presume that's added to my little thing of my weapon?
Yeah. So here's the caveat to it. If you use it like you would a spike chain to try to disarm a trip, until you reel it back in, because it costs a bonus action to wheel it out and bonus action to wheel it back in, you have disadvantage while trying to use the sword itself because of the extra length of chain. That just makes it unwieldy. So be mindful of that. You can use it, and you do not get sneak attack with that.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, it's effectively a fucking Swiss Army knife fucking grappling hook now. You can grapple with it, you can fucking trip, you can disarm.
Very nice. Once you get a chance, pass the right up, but I'll kind of look up and be like, well, now I know why you woke me up, but is there a reason why your sister is here as well?
Well, somebody had to help me do it.
Oh. I see. Kind of look around and go,
I'm an ancient weapon. I can't. You just can't take me to a forge and fix shit.
that is true. I mean, now I know that, actually. I thought I could just fix you, but I guess, yeah, that makes sense.
No, takes a little more than that. I mean, ask your buddy Pritchard about it. He might know.
Maybe. Is that everything?
Yep.
Or is there something else you gotta tell me?
Nope, that's it. This was actually really a surprise when you woke up, but I mean,
What is a surprise? It's a nice surprise.
yeah. And the chick with the two swords. That's pretty
Yeah.
good advice. I listened to that.
No, I have been. I've been thinking a lot on that. I'm just not so sure about what they're talking about. They want to go to the Shadowfell and walk around aimlessly in a place that is completely hostile to us. There's no safe harbor, no allies, nothing,
Well,
but just death.
let me put it in terms that you might understand. And do you think that the first sailors ventured out into the ocean knowing where they were going?
No.
No, you can't find new adventure without taking that first step, right?
There's a difference between adventure and suicide. I've learned that during my time, at least.
Death waits around everything. You can't live forever, dude.
No. Is there even food in the Shadowfell that we can eat?
Oh,
Or fresh water?
I'm sure there is. Probably. I'd go prepared just in case.
We can't carry enough water for months. We need a cart. We need food. We don't have enough. I kind of look at my bag like I have a month of rations for myself. Never mind.
You have a cleric and whatever she is. One of them can create water, I'm sure.
White clerics can create water. I mean, I don't think Nindra could do that. I mean, I've only seen her shoot lightning bolts and do weird, destructive things.
I mean, the means are there. I'm sure it's not all stagnant, poisonous, fatty water. You might purify it first.
That's the problem. We don't know. And I made a promise. I have to free your lands from the Black Hand.
In time. In time. It's kind of you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours thing. Help your buddy. Because this is bigger than everybody. This might lead to one. I have an inkling suspicion that they're tied somehow.
Maybe. I'll
Yeah.
do some more thinking as I sleep. Maybe we'll talk in the morning.
Plus, if you do get killed, you'll be dead. You won't have to worry about it.
I don't worry about dying. I worry about you. There's nobody in the Shadowfell that's worthy to touch you. What happens to you when I fall?
There'll be a lot of sword nuts, that's what. Go to bed, Deidre.
What if they corrupt you like you were before?
Cross that bridge should we ever get there.
Kind of put the sword away and walk into my tent and go, I just hope they know what they're doing.
All right. Richard. What are you doing, sir?
That's time.
Huh?
It was about that time we came over the ridge, my black scaly. We saw the entire encampment was covered with flowers from the field because of the pollination that was in the season. We knew. They didn't know, but we knew.
with a couple of flame arrows, set the whole camp on fire. Cause that pollen's but they didn't know. So what we did was sit back. I dipped the arrows in oil and I brought them up, and the captain was like, "Light 'em up, boys!" And back.
Speaking to
That's
the
how
grandma
we
who's
won the
sleeping.
fight in like a minute.
Why do I have a feeling he is talking to grandmother?
You're a really good person to talk to.
Ow.
And you didn't pay it. But it's like you're the one about the hey! Sit down back there. Take another.
All right. You kind of stumble away because you realize that nobody's fucking actually listening because they're all not there or asleep.
Fine.
You head towards the tent and fall on your face, drunk.
My wife would be proud.
You're sleeping on the cold, hard ground, but suddenly you feel warm.
Yep, I know what's probably happening. Probably a pissing contest on the roof.
Maybe. And the darkness from behind your eyes starts to look almost like daylight, but it becomes more of an orange color. Realize it's not daylight. As you snap your eyes open, you lay on darkened, almost iron, rough ground, and there is flame all about you.
Look around. What else do you see besides the flame?
The flames are moving like much like a firewood, you know. But as you kind of focus your eyes more, it seems there's figures behind the flames.
Can I make them out, or is it just silhouette
Silhouettes,
covered by?
and then one figure steps forward. It's about a dwarf-sized figure. His hair is basically ignited in flame, and in flame reads his arms. Then he kind of I've seen worse.
So, what do you mean by that?
Well, you're not the most pathetic wielder of and I've ever seen.
Thanks. I guess. Not the most. Actually, probably are the coolest person I've ever. Catch any of that? Sorry.
Now I caught it.
Yeah. You,
He kind of nods his head. I am Kokobar of the Azar.
hold up. Where's my? I have to write down cocoa butter of the.
Cocoa Bar.
Oh.
I'll put
Cocoa
it.
butter.
I will put it in chat to spell it for you.
He's gonna write it down as cocoa butter.
No, I'll take cocoa bar. Go away, please. Of the Azar.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
I am one of the last in our line, and lack of better terms, their information source on how to use that weapon. As you grow more in tune with our people and the anvil itself, your strength will grow. Your knowledge will grow. You just learn how to is
Fine. Hammer.
mm-hmm. The hammer itself is not just the weapon. You are an extension of that hammer. It is an extension of you. You're a wielder and weapon yourself.
And pretty formidable in the field of battle. Whatever I pick up.
You can be more formidable. You've already tapped into some of the capability.
Elaborate. Oh, yeah.
And he kind of scrapes
Growth.
an iron boot through the iron, and you hear the screech. But you see, and it's an image of the large plant creature that you guys fought, and you fire an Elder's Blast at it. And it's almost like the sparks dance into that, and it fades just as quick as it appears.
I remember that.
In time, you'll gain more and more knowledge. But it all comes at a cost.
Yep. I've been around long enough. Smart. I think I'm smart enough to understand the cost of money.
Unfortunately, this is not a monitor.
Sometimes the best and worst ones aren't.
It's more of a dedication and obedience would be more of a rightful word for it. You're a soldier, I'm assuming, based by your stance. You understand how orders roll.
Yeah.
They're very similar, just from a higher perspective. Now, make no mistake, unlike some of our other planetary fellows, we don't demand, well, malicious deeds. However, we are
Because
created.
the people that get powers like this
Some do.
have the ones they powers terrible thing.
Some do, yes. And some get their obedience from some old creature that was long forgotten, or some infernal creature. Horrifying at times. We're more creators, and to make things, sometimes it takes willing sacrifice. Time and money.
What did you say? Time and
Money. Money, we have no really. However, we're watching closely. We understand that you have very important business going on. However, this is one task Test you a bit. When you reach the southern lands again, return to the capital. Present yourself to charge of the crime. They will commission a piece. You will create that piece. We'll be watching closely. So, us, good job. If not, well, let's hope you don't fuck it up.
You mean create a piece of forge?
Yes.
You know I'm trained as a fighter, warrior.
Then you should know every piece of steel that you've wielded or worn very intimately. Trust me, when the time comes, you'll know what to do.
Very well.
This is just see if you're actually worthy or not. You are. We have more things for you. Another thing. And he just kind of, you feel the sear of his hand touch your head, and your eyes snap up. Yeah, you're looking into the night sky. Desert Wind is on fire. As you lift it, you kind of use your mental ability to close that fire down. The word that is foreign to you snaps in your mind, and you think it. 3 rays of fire shoot out from the hammer, striking a nearby rock. Rapid fire.
Go, raise a fire.
Desert Wind now has the ability to use basically a Serene Ray once a day.
Is that something you'll add to the sheet or?
Yeah, I will add to that sheet. That was the same as with Matrix. I'm assuming you're going to trudge on to the 10th after that little incident.
Depends. Am I sober?
Oh
Am
yeah,
I sobered up after that
yeah,
shit?
you're fucking stone sober now.
What time in the morning does it look? Do I still see the moon? Do I see the sun rising?
No, the moon is still a high. You don't know. It felt like you were there for an hour. You when you wake up, actually maybe 10 minutes have gone by.
Oh,
Based on the where the moon is in the sky.
I will go lay down.
All right. One other person I got to touch base with, Eloquay. Sarah never came into the tent. You eventually find yourself walking out in the courtyard. Find yourself close to the guard post. And just for a moment, like some clouds had passed through the sky, kind of overcast the moon and passed by. There, under, as the moon comes back in view, is a figure, bare feet, and seems to be swaying to an inner tune, almost as if giving praise to the moon. Yeah, silently, but with motion.
Do I recognize the figure?
The closer you get, yes, you do.
Yeah, if she thought it was somebody she knew, she would.
Mhm.
Well, considering that everybody else here has scales or fur,
Mhm.
sure I can figure out who it is. So yeah, she would attempt to quietly get closer.
Yeah.
Because if it's who she wants to talk to, she doesn't want to scare her off.
You do find Saris there, her eyes closed in a way. Her sword's in hand, and she's moving soundlessly, quietly. Just to the point, I mean, there's a little dew on the grass, and that's the only indication that she's been where she's at. As you kind of watch her, you're lost in your own thoughts. From the top of the roof, beautiful, isn't it?
Head would snap in that direction here and some talk.
They're kind of sitting cross-legged. You, in a relaxed pose is a cloaked figure.
Familiar cloak.
Mm-hmm.
I look back over at Saris to see if she responded.
She seems oblivious to what's going on around her. Lost almost in a trance-like state.
And it's just a slow sway, or is she like
It's
dancing with the blades like she was before?
Purposeful movements, yes. Almost not so much a work like the fighting dance that she was using, but more of a lost in whatever is going on with her.
She'll look back at Dancer and give a nod as she goes back to Saris.
I certainly hope that you appreciate the help that you sent.
She looks back over at him and cocks her head.
Told you I was watching them.
You did. Keeping them safe as much as you could. The whole not intervening part.
And without a sound, he uncrosses his legs and just kind of slides down, landing silently on his feet. This is considered a gift. Because what is to come in the passing of time is to be painful.
She gives him a confused look. What's a gift?
To be able to see your loved ones again. Don't take it for granted.
She looks to where she knows her father to have been last and where Kale teleported out of, and back over at Saris. Can I even appreciate the time if I don't remember what they did to me?
I think in your heart you actually know what they mean to you. It's just you're using your mind too much. You're wanting to grasp at what you want to know instead of what you already do know.
Hold on, say that one more time.
You're grasping at what you want to know instead of what you already know. Sometimes, and he looks at Saris, it's not what goes on in our heads, but it's the feeling of the moment that carries us away. There's just way to places that we need to be at.
She looks at him and this is another dream, isn't it?
Is it? Do you not feel the ground beneath you?
She weighs that on what she's felt before of the different visions that she's gotten. Does it feel different?
No. Feels very firm. Do you not smell the night air? Do you not hear the sounds of the swamp? And that, whatever that is, and he's looking at Kima as she's snoring.
She lets out a little bit of a chuckle at that. I think I upset her earlier
That's
by telling her and Kale that I don't remember.
you honestly think you upset her over that? Then well, you'll find out. I don't want to spoil the fun. He kind of smirks a little bit. But, again, advice I can give you is live every day like it's your last because it's sacred. Don't take advantage of what you have in front of you.
She gives him a confused look.
These people would give their life for you. You can't honestly say the same. You need to reevaluate.
She again looks to where her father was, where Kale disappeared at, and then back to Saris. But in between that, she looks at the tent where the others are supposed to be sleeping. They might not all be there. And then at Saris. Puts a hand over her heart. I feel here that I would.
Then follow it up. And then he kind of looks at the night sky. My time grows short. Remember, for the time that you have with them. It's going to come in months. One of them won't be here. And with a rush of wind, he's gone.
He looks to where he was, wide-eyed, and with that information, takes a second to process that, and then probably cries a little bit as she turns to look towards where Saris is at.
Yep. And as you turn
with
your
tearful eyes.
As you turn your head towards Saris, her dance has stopped and she's looking at you. She's breathing heavy. She steps forward once, twice, thrice, and lands a lip lock on you that you would never believe. And that's where we're going to end session tonight, guys.
Sounds right.
So, guys, it's great to be back. I hope you enjoyed our game session tonight. I know there was some shenanigans going on. It was great to be back, get back in our role playing. Glad to have Traz aboard now. We've got 2 crazy lizard folk. That's great. 2 tabaxi. That's great.
Crazy.
And
You'll deal with 2 lizards and kitty cats and an elf now.
poor Anelique is stuck between the 4 of them.
Well, currently,
We're gonna get
for
that
however
back.
long that she's going to be traveling with us, I've got Sarah, so
Yeah.
we've all got sets of 2.
So
But this is interesting.
Smooth skin.
So yeah, little surprise there at the end. So we will same time next week, 6 o'clock Central Time. We'll pick back up as they get ready to go in to find Despair and explore the Shadowfell a little bit. So
Quick little thing before in there. If anybody's watching, wasn't recording. We'll now be making our sessions available on via podcast. Just in case some people have issues having the videos play on YouTube, their internet is iffy or whatever it is. We'll have it available in podcast
Around
form.
the world.
Yeah, all around the world, obviously. Through Spotify at first, and I believe it should very easily be able to be pushed to places like Stitcher, Apple's podcast directory, all that jazz.
very
So,
cool. And Michael did that himself, and that's awesome. And we're glad we're able to do that. We really appreciate it. Once we get the information, we'll put the information down in
and the
our
doobly-doo below.
in the information and comments, so you guys can go ahead and click that. Until then, we love you. You guys be good to each other, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Interesting.
Bye.